All right, and welcome back to the show. So, like I said, over here it's very professional environment. You're not in control of anything. I'm in control of everything. Like I said, whatever fools tolerate on their channels, YouTube channels, because they don't have a professional business, and this is not, this is my livelihood and how I make a living. Clearly, whatever I say goes. You will follow my rules. Everybody knows when you walk into my platform, you will speak eloquently, you will speak with respect, you will speak professionally, and you will follow all the rules. All that other game stuff, the question you asked me as far as you stating, would I talk about this with someone? Why would I need to talk to a nobody about something when that's a troll who doesn't have a platform, isn't monetized, doesn't make money on YouTube, doesn't know anything about any of what I'm talking about, doesn't come from the street? If he'd like to talk to me, he's more than welcome to come to this panel, right? Which I'm going to put the link out again. I mean, sure, I'll have a conversation with whoever, but I mean, he's someone who's delusional and needs to get real about who he is. Tyree Sneed runs the world and runs this game. He's a nobody on YouTube. I mean, we have nothing in common, brother. So whatever he lets you get away with over there, like I said, that's him and his coward self. Clearly, over here, you'll do what I tell you. You feel me? Okay. And like I said, me, I mean, it's just very simple, man. Everybody knows what it is with me. And I don't have to do any explaining. Like I said, me, I talk in person to everybody, right? As a man, everybody knows what it is. Nobody's going to talk to me crazy. So, I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, like I said, you internet dudes, y'all be really writing checks you can't cash, man. You be really running your mouth. It's crazy how y'all think nobody else has feelings or nobody else has thoughts or like, I mean, have you asked me how I feel about it? I mean, you're talking online, brother. That's not there's nothing tough or gangster about talking online, bro. I talk in person, man. You feel me? I talk to people directly in their face. I don't do this fake internet stuff. You see what I'm saying? So the dudes that you bringing up, that's what they do. I ain't worried about that. You understand? All right, let me go ahead and get rid of that. Oh, okay. It's all right. I'm gonna get all that. So yeah, like I said, that nonsense, it doesn't do anything for me, brother. I'm not even gonna waste my time today, bro. I'm all good. I'm not even gonna document. I ain't got no time for that, brother. Like, this dude just typing to himself in a private chat. What is the point of that, bro? Okay, man. Whatever you tell yourself, that's fine. All right. Remember, this is a professional platform, man. So, I mean, you have to just talk the right way. There's rules, and you're going to be fair towards me like everybody, and that's it. If you're powerless, you're powerless. It's not my problem, all right? So, we're going to start from the top here, right? And I'm not going to like keep on restarting my shows because people, want to commit illegal felonies and crimes. I'm not going to tolerate or put up with nothing. And it's that simple. Okay. So, it is what it is. I ain't worried about nothing. So, like I said, first of all, Crip Mac, right, loves Popeye's chicken, right, which I don't blame him for because, like I said, the honey biscuits are absolutely delicious. Like, you have to understand, I have to go through my entire show again. You understand? I'm not upset. It's no problem. Like I said, Crip Mac is a 55 Crip from 55th Street, right? All this stuff stemmed from Los Angeles, California, and it all came from World War II times when there was segregation going on, and the fact was that the African Americans could not join the Boy Scouts. That's why all these gangs were actually created. So again, they're all a bunch of Boy Scouts and federal informants and Soldier Boy run and tellings, right? Let's see here. That dude literally had the audacity. He come up here and asked me if I would talk about this gang stuff with a nobody who don't know anything about it. He asked Tyree Sneed that, bro. That's how far they is from reality. You hilarious. Oh my goodness. You want to act like you have no idea who you talking to. You funny as hell. We gonna keep on laughing right in front of your face, boy. Y'all make me laugh, bro. You ain't making me feel nothing, bro. You upset over there? Y'all funny as hell. That fake stuff. Yeah, that work with him. I ain't him. You see, we the real over here. Yeah, you gonna talk to me, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, what's up? Who wants to do interviews? That's what I want to know. I'm all for face to face interviews. You understand? We ain't got to do all this internet talking. Let's have face to face interviews with anybody. You feel me? Like where you got to talk to me, right? You feel me? Like, yeah, y'all don't come from this. What is you commenting on something you don't come from? Yeah, they mad. I know. I know you upset. That's all good. But I'm not in that mode, and I don't get in that mode. You don't control my tone. So, like I said, what's good? How y'all feeling today? You upset? You upset because I made another YouTube check and now I'm building it more? So, like I said, every time I try to talk, they think they can silence me. That's what they do. They issue illegal statements. They start doing all these crimes. Yeah, it don't work like that, bro. This is a illegal underground organization. Every member of their organization needs to be arrested today. And like I said, because of me, they're all going to go to prison. I'm filing a federal lawsuit. So it is what it is. Meanwhile, those people are not going through anything. You have no business coming over here. Goodbye. I have nothing to do with you. Don't know you. Don't care. All right. So we're just going to be repetitive and hop on and off the panel. Okay. Like I said, that's what they do. They do weird stuff, electronic means, and somebody's licensing this. It's common sense. Like to try to throw off my equilibrium. That's some coward stuff, bro. The hell. So like I said, continuing on, we're gonna do our show every day, man. We're gonna have the live chat open. We're gonna have the feed open. We're gonna have everything going, and we're gonna keep on winning, right? So like I said, it's number one impossible to be calm and stay calm when you have people doing this. What people are supposed to do is do their job and stop this stuff from happening and prevent it, but they don't, right? And that's perfectly fine because I could care less. That's exactly why I have my career as Batman because you all gave me a job to do. You understand? I don't need nobody, man. I don't run to nobody for my problems. You know what I mean? But it just goes to show like everything is common sense. It's right in front of you. You typing ain't gonna do nothing for me, brother, at all. So, like I said, these people are clearly triggered and impressed by me and my presence. That's fine. We have a show to do. We're going to do a show every single day and focus on the topic. If you're not here for the topic, follow the rules. You understand? Nothing is different over here. So, like I said, 55 Hustlers is what their name used to be. It originated in Los Angeles, right? Let's see what else. That's the Rolling 50s now. And like I said, all the gangs they just create separation. You know what I mean? Just like all the religion, it just is used to create separation because Illuminati's slogan is to divide and conquer. Feel what I'm saying? So that's what they do. And I mean, y'all are allowing them to do all of it. Y'all let them get away with whatever they want. It's really crazy. Blueface, like I said, was in conflicts in jail and got put in the hospital. Y'all don't want to talk about all these facts. Every single one of them is a federal informant and a snitch. And I guarantee you, every single one that comes on here and does that type of stuff is the same. And they're probably working off plea bargains, meaning that the system is corrupt and they actually are licensed by the corrupt system and work for the corrupt officials. That's right. So you ain't doing nothing. We right here laughing at you. I'm just gonna smile and laugh at you. You understand? I don't care what you do, brother. You feel me? So, like I said, what I've realized because the other dude that was talking that claimed to be whatever leader of whatever, he said that it all runs from Indiana to Chicago. All right. And like I said, I do this for a living. This is my job. So I look into all this stuff and this is what I'm going to be paying attention to and just everything looking into, studying. This is what I do for a living. And I'm Batman, the world's greatest detective. Right. So we have, let's see. Oh, yeah. China Mac was arrested in Seattle. He went on the run because he had a problem and he resorted to coward tactics like they all do. U.S. Marshals arrested Crip Mac. That wasn't too far back. That was pretty recent because he was packing and had something on him, right? Because he can't think. You know what I mean? I mean, the feds control all of this stuff, man. It's common sense. Like I said, every gang was founded on an original intent document where you were supposed to sue whoop you and your people out of poverty. None of them had done that. That's why they say sue whoop, but they don't even back up or live the means of that actual document that the Bloods and Crips were originated on. None of them follow. So when you say, will I talk to nobodies about this? For what? You see what I'm saying? You all want me to talk to you. For what? I'm me. I'm over here. I'm good. I'm Gucci. I'm living well. I'm winning. I'm a boss. And you just feel some way, that's fine. You powerless to do anything about it. Lash out narky. I love it. All they do every day is show me they upset and mad. Like, yeah, and that stuff doesn't scare me, and it's not going to stop me from doing anything. And like I said, you're trying to play a game, right, where you really just want a response, and you're not going to get it. We're going to remain completely professional. Online and reality are two totally different worlds. You understand? I don't act like this in reality. So everybody knows who I am, brother. You want to pretend online? No problem. But here, we're going to be professional because we have to. You understand? As a grown man, you have rules you have to follow. So, like I said, that stuff does nothing for me, man. It just shows me that you're distraught and you're in a bad mood and you're clearly not mentally strong. That's what it shows me. You understand? I have freedom to do what I want, man. Y'all can look at me as closely as you want, analyze whatever. I'm not here for you, man. Feel me? Blah 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 blah. I don't know what that means. What's up, Andy? How you doing? I think that's actually like a pretty loyal viewer at this point. So yeah, like I said, whatever they let y'all get away with on other channels, that's a channel. I'm not a channel. I'm a huge platform. I have a website worth almost 2 grand, worldwide. I'm a distribution company unto myself for music, for rap, for my music. I sing and rap and self-produce. I mean, like I said, I actually come from all this and have that rough, tough background that none of you have. None of them. None of the people who I'm even mentioning come from my background. Like I said, I'm more street than all these people combined, and they're all informants, and I'm going to show you the whole thing, right? About how this is a game of puppets. And the reason they're trying to silence me is because they understand and know that I'm the real deal and that people will listen to me when I speak because I'm a grown man talking from a real place from experience. That's why you have the real people commenting like that. I appreciate it. Y'all need to comment like that as much as you can because that's what's going to run them off and get the nerds to sit down. The four eyes can sit down and go find something to do because if not, they're just going to keep doing it. And that's always been my issue. It's you, the people, who have the power. You, the public, can stand up to these people and not put up with it. It's not my job. There's nothing I can do, right? Nor would I want to, right? My job is to not respond and not be phased and remain calm. Those are like hecklers in the NBA stands. I came up with brothers playing street ball, bro. I was undefeated in Atlanta jail in the detention center, man. You trying to play a game with me, bro, that I'm better at than you. That's the thing you don't get. Oh, I know how to talk, bro. Trust me. Yeah, I know. I know. Go ahead and tell yourself, okay, right there, that's federal prison time guaranteed. Easy money, and we will never speak, just like I told you. Have fun trying. All right? You can try as many times as you want. You ain't a part of nothing over here. I don't know you. Do not approach me. I don't know why you're coming to talk to me. You understand? Stop committing felonies. You're a grown woman. Like I said, download came out today. That grandma is about to be arrested. They just came over here and federally indicted themselves again. Everything is documented. It will be sent to a lawyer. You need to learn to follow the law. That's a very serious thing. I don't think that's funny. So my reaction is perfectly normal. So what do you mean? Like I said, you can do what you want. How you doing there? Who are you? What are you here for? Can you type in the private chat? Don't be over here trying to play games with me, partner. I'm telling you right now, bro. Are you over here to do business or not? I'm not restarting the show, bro. Again, come on, son. See, that's what I'm saying, bro. They trying to act like they control something and people's emotions and give you no choice. Yeah, hello, whatever. I don't know who you are, bro. You understand? What is you here for? Be clear. You understand? Because you're not going to come on this show and then have me start over another. I've already started over one show. This is all documented for court purposes. All of this is documentation. It's being sent to my lawyer. You have actual officials that watch this channel, brother. You're all being monitored right now. You're funny. Keep on doing it to yourself. You feel me? Training. Okay. Well, let's see. See, there's nothing I can do about people's intentions, but like, I'm not going to keep starting the show over and have people just sit. No, see, you're that dude. Yeah, no. Documented. Let me go ahead and get screenshot proof of his face. All right, cool. All right, you just walked into a federal indictment, brother. Goodbye. You will be serving time in prison. All right. Again, there's no need for underground illegal organizations to be doing what they're doing, right? And it's that simple. Now they've made their name the Red Triangles. That's funny. Uh, yeah, these people are just they're just reaching. They're desperate. Yeah, it's like I said, man. I mean, trying to act like following the law is a game or a joke. I don't see how. You know what I mean? It's not a funny situation. There's nothing funny about it. It's a very serious thing what you're doing. But it is what it is, man. I mean, like I said, you don't have a voice. You don't get to just decide you have one. It don't work like that. Feel me? So moving on to the topic, like I said, where were we? The feds picked up the case with Crip Mac, right? Because obviously he's done quite a few jail stints, is what I'm imagining, right? Let's see here. Apparently, Gary, Indiana got brought up too in all this as far as a place of a lot of gang activity. And what y'all don't get is I'm going to be up that way. I may be even going, somewhere around there. somewhere in that area, possibly. We'll see. Hmm. That's some of these trolls' worst nightmare too, having Batman up that way. I'm already working on it, bro. I don't wait and sit around and wait on nothing. Y'all don't understand. I make moves, bro. I'm a hustler. I know how to get it. I know how to figure things out. Let me see here. Oh yeah, the feds, they usually only pick up cases that they know they can get a conviction upon or a conviction on. So they had picked up Crip case. I mean, you just got to think, man. Y'all got to be smarter, man. Like I said, the prison industrial complex is what runs this game. The feds fancy that they run this game, but they don't. Again, we operate above the feds. That's right. One man is smarter than all of you combined and gets more done than every agency put together because you're all slow and you're dealing with a genius, and I am Batman. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm just above you and I'm your superior, and you'll address me as such. That's right. Why? Because I have divine authority from God. Yeah, I was licensed by God. There's no bigger authority than God, buddy, and God is real. So it just goes to show how these people, they're brainwashed and they want to act like reality is a choice. No, reality is a must. You understand? I don't care how you feel. We're going to continue to run our business efficiently. You can be as mad as possible. You can do any antic and theatric of which you like. It will not throw me off my rhythm at all because I'm boss and this is what I do for a career. You understand? You're not causing me anything except more success. All right. So moving forward, I'm the strongest man who ever existed. And like I said, nobody else has to go through this when they speak publicly. No one. They act like it's normal. They try to act like it's okay. There's nobody who could even walk in my shoes and do one program in my shoes on this show having to deal with that. I promise you. None of you. And any of you are welcome to try. I can hand you this phone. You can come try to run this program and see how the effect that it has when you have to deal with electronic means that other people are doing and see how easy that is and then come talk to me. You understand? Because none of you could do it. And all it does is show I'm not only a real man, I'm the toughest savage ever, and I'm an immortal vampire. Like I said, it's all real. And these people mad about it. So, like I said, let's go. These people mad because I'm healthy, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm doing well, I'm good, I'm set for life. I already made it. I've always been rich and wealthy, made millions every year consecutively, and they mad at my success because I look good. You ain't special. There's a million haters. See, that's the deal. I don't respect people that try to act like there's an energy there that they ain't built like that. That ain't you, and that ain't your energy, bro. Be you. That's all. You feel me? That's why, like I said, me, I talk in person. I don't talk on the internet because that's fake. People get to pretend on the internet. In reality, you can't pretend. All right, let's see here. So, like I said, we're over here. We do nothing but maintain the peace, be peaceful. And I got people that you see every day. They allow them to try to create contact with me and communication when all I'm asking is my civil rights in this country. That if I don't want to talk to someone, I'm not going to talk to you. You cannot create communication. That's a felony across state lines. So, like I said, it's just absolutely pathetic and inexcusable that nobody does their job. They do nothing. None of them. Every day. It's pathetic. And every day I sit here I do everything right. I try to get away from these topics. And then they just keep on doing what they do. Like, okay, cool. Well, then we're going to talk about whatever, but I'm going to get my money. You understand? I'm not going to let nobody stop my money or tamper with my business. I assure you that. I'm going to get my money. I've been about as nice as I could possibly be and as patient as I can be. I think I'm going to go ahead and tell you how I feel now. All right? That's it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye, brother. Oh, let me go ahead and get you on camera too. Easy. Got it. Yep. Oh, it's not impossible, man. It's not impossible to figure out everything, bro. You understand? It's not, bro. You're not invisible, man. You can wear a mask all you want on a panel. It doesn't matter. You got to understand once this case is presented to a lawyer, the lawyer is going to be able to easily ID you and you put your name out there publicly. Like, it shows right there that you're not a real individual and you're not trying to contribute to the content because you came on one account and you came on a Facebook with your name and then I blocked that and then you came on another account. Only trolls have more than one account, brother. So see, that's why you're trying to sit there and pretend talk with me. Why would I talk to people who are nobody? Why would I care about that? What would be the purpose behind that? Can you tell me? There would be no purpose at all. You understand? You can watch me all you want. Y'all want me to get out of line? Too bad. You're not going to get what you want. That's what they do. They sit there and they play games. I don't put people's names out there, brother. But I appreciate your concern. I don't need anybody's concern. Let me handle this. I know exactly what I'm doing. Like I said, all they're doing is indicting themselves further on a federal lawsuit, and I'm going to talk. See, that's the thing. They trying to make it where I can't speak. I'm not going to be silenced. It's not illegal for me to talk, brother. I'm going to talk. You know what I mean? See, nobody else is having to deal with an actual task force that was hired, I believe, by the CIA and this government to stop me from talking. I'm not going to be silenced. I'm going to keep opening my mouth. You understand? Real talk. And the more you do that, the louder my message will get. Straight up. See, it doesn't make sense. You're trying to literally like drown out my message. Like, no, it don't work like that. I have a voice. You all don't. You're not allowed to speak over here. You understand? I don't have a voice, period. I don't know what you're trying to talk for. I really don't. It's confusing. I'm going to get this message out. I don't care who likes it. You feel me? So you can sit there and put up with it and watch it. Okay? Like I said, we got a paid platform over here. I get paid, I get busy, and I make money. I run the streets. People don't play games with me, so what's good? Exactly. So moving forward here, what's up? Let's see here. We come on here. I do my best to be completely non-aggressive. Like I said, I do everything. I follow the law. I uphold the law. I do everything by the book the right way because I have to, and I know that these people are monitoring you. That's not your job, so that's illegal, right? And it doesn't make sense because you're committing crimes in the process. We have to make sense with what we do in our actions. As long as you're not making sense, I'm gonna continue to expose you for not making sense. It's that simple. People need to do their jobs. You understand? It's inexcusable. So again, here we go. So what I was talking about, right? I want to talk about Maserati Fox real quick, right? Maserati Fox had a guy named Domination. They were in like this fake beef. It was Domination. Domination was backed by Rick Ross. Rick Ross was backed by the feds. So you have to understand, why would you put it past these people that they're possibly working for the feds or the CIA? Kennedy, before they did what they did to Kennedy, he was trying to dismantle the CIA. You don't think that these are obviously CIA operatives? Obviously. I mean, that's the way they act. They said they were the government, word for word. So what do you mean? It don't make no sense. They're stationed in different places across the country, just like CIA operatives would be. So what do you mean? You see the point? So it only makes sense. You feel what I'm saying? You people aren't scary, bro, at all. Like I said, you're just telling on yourself and you're giving me exactly what I want, which is full evidence for my federal lawsuit, Supreme Court lawsuit. You understand? You're creating it all for yourself. You're walking into your own trap. Please continue. When you come on this panel and I get your name documented, screenshotted on here, that's the worst mistake you can make. There's nothing you telling me because you don't know what you're doing. Right, exactly. Nonsense. Right. I don't care about that. What? You say things that don't exist. You try to talk to people out of character. It doesn't exist, man. I'm not here for that. So, like I said, you ain't talking to me. Maserati Fox, right, had that whole thing with Domination. Rick Ross was a CO. He was a snitch federal informant that worked for the feds, right? So the feds, they put a battery in Domination's back. And then all of a sudden, all this stuff happened, right? And we lost Maserati Fox. So I would go as far as to venture and say, not accusing, saying a straight fact. Maserati Fox was targeted by the feds. People get targeted by the feds on the daily, right? Yep. Might want to think and start using your mind. You understand? Real talk. Might want to think and start using your mind. You understand? And oh, the uncanny relevance that that was just an unmarked vehicle, right? Hey, come on, bro. Yo, it's just funny, bro. I'm not saying everything's connected, but I'm just saying, bro, we awoken over here, bro. We know what it is. Yo, it's soft. All of you. Tell them all, bro. Tell them all. Tell the feds they soft, bro. Y'all been soft. See, that's the thing. They all know I'm real. All these fools on YouTube and the internet, they know I'm real. Yeah, just because I'm real don't mean I don't know how to talk and keep myself out of unnecessary nonsense. What? Yeah, I know how to follow the rules. You could do what you like, but approach me calmly with respect. Approach me calmly. Don't start sending a bunch of accounts and doing that weird stuff. I match energies over here. So you know that, so you trying to take advantage of that. Like I said, we here, I'm talking. I don't care how you feel, man. We in the building. We know where we at. And guess what? I'm on my land. I don't care how you feel. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. They try to make it some totally different energy. Like it's a problem because I'm talking. Where's that energy at in the street every day then? Where's that energy at in reality? It ain't there, right? Okay, then be quiet on here. Don't act like you something you not. Right. Sending little messages on here as if people can't see what you're doing. Bro, I've got tons of screenshots, documentation of what y'all do. Every show I do, bro. You know how illegal that is? 37 in the box, we getting paid. You making me money. Making me more money, honey. Making me money. See, you don't get it. You giving me a job, baby. You understand? I don't mind at all. I'm strong as hell. I can take whatever you got. Bring it. Feel me? Real talk. Isn't that crazy that I gotta take stuff and go through stuff and endure something because I'm speaking and doing a live stream on a YouTube channel calmly as possible? Completely calm. The energy over here ain't nothing but positivity and love. Whatever energy you on, that's your thing. Keep that over there. You don't bring that over here. Like I said, this is a paid platform. I'm gonna continue to run my business. Feel me? It is what it is. So if you're gonna continue to do that, sending mixed subliminal messages by hopping on and off my panel here, as I've asked you politely and respectfully not to do, right? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna document when you do it, and I'm not gonna do it every time because it'd be a waste of my time, and I have a show to do. So see, you legally cannot tamper with my business and interfere with me reporting what I need to report and talking about the truth. You're not going to silence me. So, I mean, you can do whatever you want. I care less what you do, brother. See what I'm saying? So, like I said, let's see. All these dudes are being recruited from prison, from the prison industrial complex. All of them. The prison industrial complex is who licenses the car companies to sell their cars to the actual wealthy and rich like me. See the point? That's the reality. Okay. China Mac was banned from the West Coast, according to Crip Mac. I don't think Crip Mac has power to do that. I don't really think anyone has the power to ban anyone from anywhere. I think that's silly. And I think to claim that you have connections like that is indicting yourself and silly in the first place. You understand? So it's just that simple. You understand? So it is what it is, man. You feel me? I don't know what else to tell you. All right. So when I'm trying to speak here, just so y'all understand what's going on, they try to send 8 million troll accounts, and then they're sending me subliminal messages of a bunch of vile stuff, right? And then they try to call me out my name, talk to me in a way that nobody ever would. What is the purpose of that? That's not cowardly, right? Because you're upset because I'm wealthy, rich, because I've been mad successful. I'm a boss. You're not targeting me. You're hiding behind a computer. You're just typing. What is that? You're trying to fancy yourself to act like you're something you're not. Y'all are not anybody. So what is the point? I don't get it. Like, what? Bro, just talk to me with some respect. I get to talk just like you get to talk. We don't tolerate gaslighting at all from anyone. Understand that. So I'm a grown man. You will talk to me with respect. You'll allow me to speak back. That's it. It's not a difficult. Again, there is nobody who could sit in this chair and do this show and withstand this. It has an actual effect physically. It's a detriment to health lawsuit. And they've been doing this for years and years and years because they're cowards and they take the cop out because they're all terrified of me. You're only telling me what I want to know. I'm not unblocking anything. Goodbye. My decisions are final, and what I tell you, you will do. Like I said, if you feel some way about it, brother, like I said, what's up? Have you signed the waiver? Come on, man. All that fake talk, all that fake energy, bro, but y'all all know what it is, man. You want to talk on the internet. We ain't talking on the internet. Like I said, all that acting, bro, and you'll keep it on the internet where it belongs, right? Because ain't none of y'all real, ain't none of y'all nobody, and y'all know reality, right? Feel me? Yeah. You're not gonna sit here and play with me. You're gonna understand reality. You know what it is. You're looking for responses on the internet, brother. That's soft. You understand? Who are you, brother? I don't know who you are, man. Y'all gonna let me get a word in edgewise? I'm trying to talk here. See how? I mean, this is ridiculous, bro. This is what they do. Electronic means in front of the whole world. We have officials that watch my channel. Still, none of them do their job. Absolutely pathetic. But what I'm saying doesn't make sense. This dude is sitting here wiping his brow and ain't talking about nothing. What is the point? Hello, what, bro? Identify yourself, homie. You walking in here. What's up? Who is you? What you here to do, brother? Because I ain't starting another show over. It's crazy, man. And you see, they'll just keep doing this where they don't want to let me talk. Right. You're looking for a response. You're trying to get a reaction. We gonna stay calm, bro. You understand? We could do this all day, bro. That's weird, man. You don't need to say hi to me, bro. I don't know who you is. You understand exactly what situation and environment you walking into. You can hear exactly how I'm talking. You know what it is, right? You and your little corny cat. right? If you have something to say, brother, if you want to say hello, how come y'all ain't saying hello to me in the street? Can you answer that? Go ahead and tell them. Right, exactly. Now get off my show. Goodbye, because I just saw your name. Right, you want to play games? Yeah, I'm not doing nothing for you. You just came on here and tried to compromise my livelihood. Understand the capacity of your actions when you speak and when you do something. You understand? Oh, I forgive everybody, but I forget nothing. You will never come on this program just because of that. See? So what you could have done as a grown man and an adult, let me tell you what you could have done since you talking to the real boss and the chief, son, right? You, right, could have come over here and watched your mouth like I done told y'all a million times and talked to me with some respect. Okay? I ain't Jimmy. I don't care about Jimmy. Jimmy 3 feet tall and soft as a cupcake. Okay? Is that what you want to hear? Jimmy ain't nothing to nobody. Okay? Jimmy is a joke. Now go run and tell Jimmy. And Jimmy can bring his soft self over here on this panel. Because that's all he'll do. He ain't going to talk in person. Right? That's why every time you hear him talk, all he do is run to the same things. By the way, I have the screenshot documentation, Jimmy, of your shows and what you keep on pulling out while you do your live streams. Just so you know, meaning that what? That's a federal indictment. You can't be doing that online. That's called brandishing, brother. That's a charge. Good luck. Have fun in court. You are not wise, bro. Y'all people is silly, man. You don't want to play games and can't even talk without breaking the law, and you think I'm gonna put up with it? Right. Look how mad they are. Oh, I know. I know you, man. Yep. Stay mad. Look at them. Look at the reaction I get with people that I can't even try to talk on my own show because these people are that triggered and pressed. See, everybody can see the minute I'm going live, they send in as much as they can at me by electronic means and don't want to let me talk. I haven't been able to have a minute to breathe and speak. This is the same thing they tried to do with me in reality, trying to play games, right? With who? A gangster. Because they know I'm a gangster. They're looking for a response. Again, I'm going to remain calm. We can do this all day. How long you want to do this for? Because I'm getting paid for it, and I'm still following the rules, and my network's still going to run, and I'm going to continue to be a boss. So what's up? Hmm? Again, you don't talk while I'm talking. You'll let me speak, and you'll let me breathe, and you'll let me do what I need to do. It's that simple, bro. What you do is mad corny, and it's a cop out. It's something that cowards do. You're terrified of me. That's what it is. No, it ain't easy. It ain't easy at all to go through this. And I'm gonna tell you something. This is why when we get to court, oh, the judge is gonna love my case. He gonna love my case. He gonna give me. They gonna give me settlement of millions of dollars, bro. Because they're gonna be like, y'all followed this man around, tracked me, right? All this nonsense, and acted like you were something you weren't when you were never gonna do anything, and all you do is make illegal phone calls. I'm sorry, but what? Who has ever been treated like that? Michael Jackson didn't get treated like that, bro. Elvis, none of them folks. Feel me? That's weird, man. Like I said, how does it feel to know that you're already federally indicted, that you're already on a federal indictment going to prison? How does that feel? Is that really necessary? Is that really how you treat human beings and people who are just trying to talk and speak? Do I really deserve that? Not at all. I'm a good person, been good to everyone. You can't judge me. You're talking about yourself. Anything else? Yes, here I am, 35 in the bucks. We getting paid, making money, money. You want to talk? Or allow me to have a conversation with you. If I said I ain't talking to you and you're banned from the program, you know what it is. I don't got to repeat myself 8 million times. You're doing the same thing every day. What? Like I said, these folks repeat themselves, bro. What is the point of that? What? I didn't ask you for your opinion on Elvis. You don't know anything about Elvis. Like I said, if you're going to talk and act like you're having a conversation, don't communicate intermittently. It's a felony. Learn how to speak. You don't know how to talk? You're that triggered and pressed and unhinged that you don't know how to talk without committing a felony, and you don't think that you should be held accountable for your crimes? I'm allowed to breathe. I'm allowed to speak, bro. What's up, bro? What's your deal? What's your problem? How about that? You've never stated what your issue is. You don't have an issue with me because of anything I've done wrong. You have an issue with me because you're jealous of me and because I'm a good person and you're pure evil. Next. And I get money and I get pizzade and I put you in your place. And I'm so strong that even your electronic means don't break me down. Yeah, don't worry about me doing what I got to do to get through it, but I continue to win. I'm a boss. Everything I do is right. You ain't analyzing me. I ain't nothing for nobody to analyze. You ain't targeting me. You don't have any power. Just sit down and be quiet, bro. I don't talk like that. I talk respectfully to people, and people give me time to think and speak. Nobody treats me like that or talks to me like that in person, and you'll talk to me the same way on here. And that's all I'm demanding is my respect, calmly. So what do you mean? I'm a grown man. I deserve the same respect that all these other fools get on here when they're nobody. Like, what? Who are you, though? You don't run YouTube. You're not a CEO. Like, you're not treating me anyway. You're just people who are mad, disgruntled fans. What's the point of that? Why you have to have other people speak for you? Like, that's weird. You need a computer army because you're delusional, and when people don't agree with your delusion, you get mad at them, and then you start doing electronic means towards me. What is that? Bro, no one agrees with you. It's not just me. The entire world thinks you don't make any sense because you don't. I'm sorry, bro, but you got to make some sense, man. That's crazy. So see, every time I'm trying to talk, they not making sense. They hopping on and off the panel of a very serious program that when somebody comes on this panel, we take it seriously like anything, and we think that you're here to talk and contribute to the content. See what I'm saying? Nah, man, that's weird, bro. Nobody deserves that. You understand? So, like I said, I'm gonna keep on doing me, and I'm gonna keep on being strong. Like I said, you're not doing anything to me. I'm a tough guy. I'm the gangster. What do you mean? I didn't ask you about any of that. I don't know what you're talking about, man. What? When did that happen? None of that ever happened. So, like I said, if you're gonna continue to just type nonsense, be my guest. I'm not defending myself from lies. Next, 45 in the box, right? People come over here because they want to hear the truth, not for anything else. Nothing's happening with me. You're not making me feel anyway. The energy is completely calm. You hear the beautiful birds in the trees. You upset because I'm wealthy and you can see it? Yep. You mad? The oranges are coming in nicely. Mm-hmm. Yes, they are. Yep. You upset? Mhm. I'm not in a cage, brother. I do what I want. Mhm. Seems like you're a little triggered and pressed over there, ain't you? See, they want to do all these antics, but they don't want to let me talk. It's the same thing I had exes try to do. Hey, you trying to create rage and anger. You don't have that power over me. Look how calm I'm talking to you. Nah, brother, I continue to show love to people like you, man. You know what I mean? Because people like you need love, bro. You need God. You feel me? Real talk, man. So now we know that you're just unhinged. So right, and you've known for years I match energies. If I tell you not to do something, just don't do it. But if you're going to be like that, no problem. You can be any way that you want. I don't care. You understand? Mhm. Exactly. That's exactly what you're pulling right now. And I should have just gotten proof of that. Yep, I did. Okay. Yes, I said the word antics. That's what you're doing, right? So notice how every time that I'm trying to talk back and respond and speak, number one, they're speaking intermittently, which is a felony across state lines, especially when they're already guilty of gang stalking, conspiracy to commit what towards me, and RICO. These are the most uncomfortable people ever, and they're saying they're trolls. You're not trolls. You're people who are going to prison. If you're going to say something to me, you don't need to talk over me. Give me ample time to respond. That's all. That's all you're doing. It's just some pettiness. Like, does there need to be another comment when you just talk? If you talked, I expect to have time to respond. So no problem. I'll just ignore you. All right. So, like I said, they recruit all of them from prison, right? Let me see here. Crip Mac apparently lost in jail. All right, hold up. So yeah, bro, listen. I can handle anything that you got. Bring it. Feel me? It's just the fact that that's not how this country works. That's not normal. And like I said, nobody else goes through that. So what are you talking about? That's not normal. But like I said, this is what happens when you run the streets and you have a bunch of cowards that hide behind computers and phones all day, and they literally work with all the corrupt and all these people who are literally doing a bunch of illegal activity and committing crimes. You understand? I don't care what you do, but my words don't not only matter, but you're gonna hear and follow every word of what I tell you to do. Oh, trust me, you're gonna do what you're told. So like I said, Crip Mac said that he banned China Mac from the West Coast. Don't believe that at all. Crip Mac lost in jail a bunch of times to a bunch of scrubs, right? Um, Jab 5 apparently he lost to because he was talking smack about again. I think Jab 5 is a little more realer. I think he comes from the culture and the background, and it's just that simple. And by the way, if you get caught on candid camera on this show, and I have that documented, that all goes to court. So then it's easy for the attorney and the courtroom to ID you. And like I said, everybody's going to have to be served subpoenas to come to court, right? And if not, they put a warrant out for your arrest. Common sense. So I don't understand how you're going to do actions, all these crazy, insane things, all these illegal phone calls, what you did when you called Seton Hospital, what you had happen to me physically, that I've been fighting for my life for the past 4 or 5 years. And you're depicting the story by doing what you're doing right now in front of the entire world. And I'm supposed to feel ashamed or some way because you're talking about yourself and how you're downtrodden and how you don't shower or bathe. Bro, you're telling on yourself. You're giving me what I want. You're telling the public the story without me doing anything. These are the slowest criminals I have ever seen, and they're not real criminals. That cyber stuff is not respected in no prison, bro. Good luck, man. Y'all better start doing your push ups. I own you. Yeah, you funny. So you don't have an effect on me. What is that? I'm running my mouth stuff. Ain't nobody talking like that in front of me and this reality out here. What is that? That's some computer stuff, bro. I got you. Trust me, bro. Y'all gonna look silly in the courtroom because they're gonna ask you. So you really that immature? Like you really been talking tough to this gangster for this long behind a computer, and you had all means. You even traveled across state lines and indicted yourself on federal charges and got him fired from a meaningless job and helped him in the process when you weren't trying to. And you were right in front of him and you asked him, "What time does the band play?" Like, are you trying to make a name off me because nobody knows who you are? It's just self awareness. You're mad at the fact you have no self awareness. I'm gonna have a field day with you on here. Oh, and I own your freedom because you're going to prison. This person is one of the slowest individuals I have ever seen. See, you really think that your formula works. No, your formula is complete nonsense. You're trying to fake chaos. I am chaos. Like I told you, you should learn to listen. You don't know me. Yeah, you ain't doing nothing to me. You said it drives me crazy. How? You said that was your goal. I'm perfectly sane. Hmm. The topic, Jerome, thank you. I appreciate that. It was good time to chime in. Jerome Bennett, I'm in complete control of my emotions, man. Whatever I'm doing here, I'm manipulating you because I own you. I do what I want and I make money off of y'all. Jive turkeys, I make money off you turkeys. Welcome to the show, folks. Best radio show on the planet. You're tuned in to Batman Radio. And they are obsessed. I love it. And they just can't stop me. They can't do anything about it. All right, let's see here. See, people like that, they're what's wrong with the world because they have an issue with humanity, they have an issue with human beings, right? And I don't tolerate narcissists. I don't tolerate that inhumanity. So what's up? Right, it's all fake. It's a bunch of fake people. They're going to always try to hide behind the computer, and that's fine. They want you to get upset. That's all they want. They want to cause trouble for people because, well, everything sucks for them. Man, when somebody analyzes your behavior, you out of luck. One trick ponies. What's up, corny cap? You still back here? Is that important to you? Is that important to you that you just ID'd yourself? Golly, just got you on candid camera, brother. So now they're going to be the courtroom is going to be easily able to ID you. You're looking at a federal indictment, federal charges. You understand? Okay. And I've got your name. Let me get that too, because you put it on your Facebook. Wow, real smart. These people are hilarious, bro. What is wrong with this dude? Like, real talk, bro. Look, real quick. Yeah. Real talk. Get off my stage. Yeah. And that's just for court purposes, real quick. That way they can see exactly what he's doing. So you're in the process right now, Simon, of committing a crime. Simon Says. You want to play some Simon Says? Simon says that you're going to prison. Simon says that you're poor and don't have a home, you're homeless and you don't own anything. Simon says that you're telling on yourself and have nothing else better to do right now. You're actively committing a crime in front of me. How long are you going to leave that camera on committing a crime? I can document the length of time that you stay on here too. Do you understand that? All that goes into furthering your own charges, sir. How long are you going to just sit there and look at the computer while I'm talking to you? I own you. Do you understand? I completely own you. These people are like livestock out here. They're hilarious. And you think you want something. Do you play basketball? No. Why do you come up here with a fake name, brother? Like, what is that? And look, he's just going to sit there. Look, dazed and confused, totally lost. That's crazy, son. Dude just sitting there, not doing nothing. He's just going to sit there. Instead of just being a mature grown man and letting a man do his radio show that he's been doing for decades on YouTube and let me talk. What? Boy, it is crazy, man. Oh my goodness. And I see y'all. I see everything. I see y'all. Yeah. And you people can't do nothing. Can't do nothing about it. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and get you off my panel now because, like I said, you just want to stand there and look at me in awe and admiration, like, dude, you're a whole man. Quit staring at me. All right. So let's see here. What else? Like I said, Blueface was put in the hospital when he was in jail. They don't want to talk about that. None of them. All the losses they've taken, right? All these people have made themselves look horrible, but they never want to talk about that. What's up with that? Like, genuinely, what's up with that? Why is it an issue to have a conversation about reality, about all your losses, about the fact that you keep losing? Hmm? What's up with that? Imagine wanting to talk so much and act like you can say something to me. Right, hold up. And act like you can say something to me, but in the process, you're actually not saying anything to me. Can you imagine that? These people think that that's a tactic. They think they're doing something to an immortal vampire by trying to not let me talk. How immature can you get? But yet they've all indicted themselves on federal charges and they're all looking at guaranteed prison time. Probably federal time, probably Fed time. I'm sorry, there's something funny. Is he out now? Okay, thank you for filling me in on that fact. I appreciate that. So far, Jerome. Okay, I don't like your name, Jerome. It's a telltale sign that you're you know what, but I'm just joking with you, Jerome. It's all good. We accept you over here, Jerome. We're not these people because the people who come at me, that's what they are. They're discriminate. We accept you here, Jerome. You're okay. All right, Jerome. We appreciate you. Thank you, Jerome, for contributing to the show genuinely and telling me that Blueface is out of prison. That's perfectly fine. I'm glad that Blueface is out of prison because I don't wish anyone bad. I hope everybody does well. But just understand that Blueface is out now because he's a snitch. That's why. Blueface is a federal informant, just like all of the dudes I'm addressing, that again, none of them will do anything about it. I could walk right up to these people, tell them whatever I want to their face. None of them will do anything about it because Tyree Sneed is the man that actually runs the streets. These people don't even come from these rough backgrounds, and their stories are lies and made up. It's all nonsense. They're all just pawns and chess pawns in a chess game, and the feds just move them around like chess pieces, basically. I mean, not realistically, because none of them are smart enough to do that. But the truth is, all these street dudes, they're chess pawns to me. For me, they really are chess pawns. Like, y'all a joke. So, like I said, they don't talk about that. You understand? I didn't ask you what you think. I told you what it is. I'm not asking you. I'm not even trying to be any way. I'm just, that's my response to you. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I don't ask anybody anything, Jerome. I'm telling you reality, right? See, the white man's a little different. I don't ask people nothing. I tell you what it is. Blueface is a documented federal informant and snitch. I can guarantee you that there's paperwork, not just of him telling on people, but in order to be a rapper in this established game that you currently have in the fake paradigm where they're all broke and pimped and extorted and actually, in fact, genocided, right? Which they don't stand up for themselves and they people. In order to be a part of that game, they have to sell their soul to the devil. They have to take the oath, throw up the Baphomet, which is the horns that I don't want to throw up because I ain't satanic, right? So, what symbol does UT throw up? The same symbol, right? Matter of fact, I will throw it up because just to show you, they throw this up, right? That's allegiance to Satan. That's what all evil people throw up. I got set up by the athletic director of UT Delos Dodds when I was 12 years old and survived a baseball to my you know what. Okay. And the coach came, the other one, Ducey, Keaton Ducey's dad, and tried to press where it just happened, like right here. Okay. And they had to slap his hand off, and I still survived. Like what? That was funny. You don't want to act like I'm just taking things personally. I'm talking from a real perspective. I'm not asking you anything. You're not entitled to your opinion. Not with me because this is reality. You see the difference? Everybody's entitled to an opinion, but when you get told the facts, you can't have a response or retort back, oh, well, I don't want to believe that. Okay, and that's why you're failing in life because you don't want to accept facts. I mean, see, that's a new age thing. Back in the day, the old school people, they didn't put up with that at all. Back in the day, you had to acknowledge reality straight up. You didn't have a choice. If not, they made you. That's the school I come from. So I'm just telling you reality that this is the reality. Blueface is definitely a snitch. I mean, that's guaranteed. Look at him. He was never a real Crip. Crip Mac for calling him out that he's not a real Crip, and Crip Mac saying that he actually lives that lifestyle is 100% a legit call out, right? What he should have done is not taken it back and said, "Oh, I respect your Crippin', cuh," right? But he was trying to be nice because Crip Mac obviously has a heart, right? And he was trying to show some love to someone that he knows is actually a scrub and not real. Okay, Blueface doesn't have a real bone in his body. Okay, Blueface. Like, why do you think they named him Blueface? Y'all is so slow. I can't believe y'all can't figure this stuff out. How corny y'all are. All y'all are cartoon characters in the world. You're cartoon characters. Blueface, Blueface, because he is the face, right, that the government is using to manipulate you, slowpokes, right, into believing, right, that he's Krypton. He's Blueface. He's the face being marketed, just like Dre was the face being marketed for Beats headphones. He didn't build any headphones. He's not the CEO of that company for real. What are you talking about? In order to be a CEO, you got to build a company like I have. I'm the CEO of my company. Dre was never a CEO of any company. Dre was the face that they marketed to the hood, right? To the urban communities, the comunidades, to you, to the African Americans, so that you could buy their product. See the point? Blue face. The face of blue. What is blue for Crippin? So the face to market for gang culture, which happens to be what a lot of people in the suburbs are somehow enthralled by and paying attention to. However, they're all fake. Okay? Does he? I believe you. I appreciate. I don't know if you're upset right now because most people would have gotten upset, but I appreciate from my heart if you're not upset right now because I'm not trying to be any way to you. I actually appreciate the whole dialogue right now, and this is what we need. We need guests like him to make statements. So no matter how he feels, you see how he didn't trip on me and start getting out of character. He just went to the next statement. That's the type of guest that I need in the radio show so that we can cover the content necessary and get the message out to the public. See what I'm saying? It's a hard thing to do, not only for me but for them. But I give them kudos for that. But if you can keep your cool, then we can get this message out to the public so that people can hear the truth and what's really going on. I'm sure he does have $100 bill tattoo on his face because he doesn't make any hundos. It's the truth. They're all broke. They sell their soul for pennies, brother. That entire culture and group has been selling their soul for fake trinkets, for actual slave chains, for nothing since the beginning of time. It's what they're known for. Like literally. You know what really trips me out too? That stuff about like Nicki Minaj looking like the queen of Cambodia or whatever, and then she says that she's a queen in her music. And I'm really thinking it is the same person. I'm starting to think that that might be what it is, and that those might be. I don't know if some of them are like these extraterrestrial beings or something that maybe they just aren't human at all. I don't know, but I mean, it definitely seems like that because if you really think about it, we're obviously not me, not the people who wake up. Okay, okay, but this is what I'm telling you. That's a lie. It's a bold-faced lie. But let me finish what I'm saying first. Slow down. So I think that that's what it is you have extraterrestrial and grays. The grays are running the world, and the devil basically. and they're running the world, and they're using the humans as pawns and puppets, and you can see it. So I'm outlaying the whole layout so that the world can say, okay, this guy makes sense. I'm showing you step by step. You can't tell me what you're saying here. What you're saying here is a full-faced lie. Okay, it's not even an opinion. I mean, an opinion is something you're entitled to, that you have an opinion on something, but when a fact gets presented, you can't get around it. Blueface is a snitch. I just proved it to you. I just told you. His name is Blueface because he's the face that's being used by the fake elites to promote to those communities, to promote to the public so that they can try to sell you a pipe dream of nonsense and lies and bogus garbage. See the point? He's not a real Crip because the whole Crips aren't real Crips, Jerome. I'm saying this respectfully. The Crip organization, the Rolling 60s Crips, all just got indicted. You can't be a real Crip and get your whole organization indicted, buddy. Okay? You got to make sense. Do you understand? It's okay to not be right all the time. We don't have to be right. You shouldn't be struggling to be right. I'm not trying to be right with you. I'm not Rob Rack. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you to act like I'm right. Okay? Oh goodness. Uh, they are too funny, man. It's just pathetic. They are obsessed. All right, all right. Slow down here, man, because I don't want to block my boy here, Jerome. Have a seat in my office, Jerome. All right. Listen here, Jerome. You need some schooling on reality. You can't be a real Crip and have your whole organization get federally indicted and go to jail and prison. Blueface ain't built like this, boy. He just ain't. He ain't built like me. You understand? He ain't never gonna be built like me. Straight up. He will never be built like me. You understand? So everything you saying is fake. You can say what you want, but it ain't real. I don't care if you went to school with him. He's still not a real Crip, and neither are you. What part are you not understanding? You're not listening. You're trying right now. You're in what you call denial. You're in delusion. You're trying to state that reality is something in this far off land called Delusionville that you can warp and adjust. You don't control reality. God does, and the facts do, and the truth does. So you let me read what he said. He said, "Nah, bro, I went to school with him. He not a 60, blah blah blah. He's from schoolyard Crip. Get your facts together." I don't have any facts to get together because I never stated that he was a rolling 60s Crip. See how you just tried to put words in my mouth? I said that nobody's a real Crip, I repeat, because you can't have your whole crew federally indicted. That has nothing to do with Blueface. That was a separate statement. So you need to get your facts together. Anything else? This is why people get mad because they can't argue with me. You got to listen. You got to listen to specifics. See, you got to quit with this being in a rush. This is why all of you argue in ignorance till the end of time and bump into each other till the end of time because you're operating from a basis of ignorance instead of facts. Stop trying to be right and slow down and listen. That's how grown men talk, and you'll learn something. You don't know anything. You would never tell me to get my facts straight to my face, so stop that. I don't ever not have my facts straight, but you need to get them straight, and I just G checked you for that. You see how that works? You can't G check me because I'm your superior, Jerome. Okay, Jerome? All right, come on, Jerome. We can do this. So he said, he not as 60. See, that's the thing. They act like they're exposing something or you're wrong when they're talking and putting words in your mouth and talking about specifics, and specifics have nothing to do with nothing. That's what women do. Right now, you're being like a delusional female where you're concentrating on literal stuff, on specifics. Just because something is stated, and nothing is a literal fact. So you're not making any sense. So what are you saying? I never be to Cali, bro. I run Cali. I run California. I'm the original Bloods and Crips. I come from that. I was the original intent. So everything you just said is a lie. Now you can leave my show. Goodbye. See what I'm saying? You start getting out of line because you don't want to listen. See what I'm saying? That's silly, bro. Let's analyze his statement and break it down for you. Right? And you see, I'm not being dismissive. I'm not projecting. I'm not deflecting like y'all do. Like Rob Wack said, Rob Wack Wack. Rob Wack said, Rob Wack Wack. They got him singing like me now because he got to copy me, just like they did Elvis. Rob Wack said, Rob Wack Wack. Oh, Rob Wack. Oh, Rob Wack Wack. All right. So check this out. Right? Look how mad they are. Look at them mad. Oh, they just admitted to another charge on a federal indictment. Nice. I love this. This is awesome. These fools are soft. All right. So he said, I've never been to Cali. I came up in Los Angeles as a little kid with blonde hair around Chicano gangbangers and all the Bloods and Crips. I literally come from the original intent. I just don't claim that and I don't roll with that. Like I told you, I'm the actual boss. I'm the Lord. So what do you mean? What? I don't claim nothing. I'm just a white man and that's it. White man in the world. You understand? Mhm. No, you're nobody, but I'm okay with you coming over here because can you tell me what audience you came from? Did you come from that Jimmy dude? Because now, see, they're trying to come from over there because, like I said, he's a troll. That's fine. You can come over here because you're going to pay me. See, they don't get it. Right now. I just made a financial move on them. I'm switching up on them. See, right now I'm making money off of them, but you claim you tough, claim you gangsta, but see, I ain't got to go out in the street and do all this tough Billy stuff. I mean, I do, but I don't have to. I don't do what y'all do, which is a bunch of nonsense and stupidity. I don't have to go do all that nonsense to make money. I literally understand leverage, and now I already got you over here, and I didn't even ask. I didn't go to Jimmy's channel or nothing. So, can you identify yourself? I mean, more than that, you're definitely not an OG. I'll tell you that much. So, don't come over here and make false claims, brother, when you're talking to the Don Dada. That's number one. This ain't Jimmy. You understand? So, like I said, they're all gonna find out real quick who's who and what's what, and it's just very simple. But yeah, like I said, the dude said I've never been to Cali. That's crazy. He said that he's whatever. I don't even think that exists. He said something like a backyard crip. There's no such thing as a backyard crip. There's a neighborhood crip. Yeah. Blueface, factually, you need to get your facts straight. Is not a neighborhood crip. On everything I love, Blueface is not a neighborhood crip. That's why, again, he was called out by Crip Mac, just like in my handy dandy notepad here with my notes. He was called out by Crip Mac for faulty cripping, which is what he does. Cowboy is faulty cripping. He can't call anyone out that he's just picking on the young boys because he's a joke too. That's why he was driving a rented Lamborghini that he didn't even have to pay for to rent because he sold out Nipsey Hussle for everything. Are you all going to let me talk so we can tell you the actual story of what's going on here? Or are you just going to continue to say nonsense? You let me know. Okay. So, again, if you want to get real with yourself and you want to talk and kick facts, all of them are connected, intertwined. I'm talking all the way down the list. Let me continue the story here for you. It gets worse. So, like I said, Jab 5 got into it with Crip Mac. He won. Pretty much everyone has won against Crip Mac. Crip Mac is like the local pinata. That's Los Angeles for you. LA is a joke. LA is a place that I can go and take over in 2 seconds anytime I want. And I actually come from LA. Y'all don't. See, they don't get that the smart boss is going to stay the hell away from LA. I didn't do it intentionally. It's just how my life went. But the smart people are going to let you do it to yourselves. They're going to sit back and laugh at you peasants, just like the aliens would look at humans and say, let these slow pokes do it to themselves. And then we'll come back when we're older to real home and take everything over in our sleep. Because all them, they just going to keep doing it to themselves. Because why? Because they're ignorant. Because they lack knowledge. Is that not the truth of how people look at y'all? You tell me. Is that not how they look at you? How do they look at you then? Do they look at you like you're educated? Because you're not. Do they look at you like you're a street force, a gang? When Nipsey Hussle walked around these fake hoods, they're fake. They're not real. Okay, all the projects got cleaned up around when I was like after I was like 16, when I was in the heat of everything in the actual active ghettos and hoods when it was active. They all got cleaned up like right after that when I was like 17, 18 in high school. I had to stand in front of one of them in front of the projects and stood up to the people in their face, the actual workers trying to come through and completely renovate and ruin my hood. hmm I had to stand up to them in their face. Yeah. So what do you mean? And I was the only one who did. I was the only one who stood up and didn't care. I stood up to them in their face. And they got scared and they ran away. They left. They said, nah, we ain't gonna deal with it. Yeah, I stood up for actual hoods and communities. Communities like they either had to wait and do whatever they was gonna do later, renovating, or they didn't do it at all because they were that shook. I'm really a hood dude. So the stuff you talking about, there's hoods I own and run. See the point? But y'all will talk about Pablo Escobar who didn't own nothing. He was like a mason. He was a mason. Clearly, he worked for the government. Those little villages he created, he didn't do that with his own money or to help the homeless. He did that so he could have power and control over all those homeless people when he created a damn army. Because guess who told him to do that? The government. See what I'm saying? look, man, coming over here and just interjecting blanket statements, that's fine. You can do that, but that's not participating in the conversation. So I suggest you be mature. See, ignorance is not anything to brag about. That's why you're poor. See how easy it is to put you in your place? If you're going to talk, come here, be calm, take your time, and contribute to the conversation. It's an educated debate. The only people in their feelings is you. Why would I back down on issues I'm correct about? You could do whatever electronic means. You could do whatever. Run to call the Ghostbusters for all I care. Ghostbusters when Tyree's defeating you in a debate. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters when you just can't seem to get a clean slate. Who you gonna call? Rob Rat Ghostbusters in the neighborhood. Because Nipsey was never a neighborhood Crip, right? Even Nipsey was never a neighborhood Crip. You can tell yourself what you want. Now, he was a wannabe neighborhood Crip. Right. I already know how it is, man. I know what they do how to get y'all in the set. Y'all think because I don't use the words and terminology, I don't know what I'm talking about? Come on, bro. Y'all all know what it is, man. I invented all this stuff. What are you talking about? I'm the creator of all of you in this reality. You think I don't know something about what you're talking about? I know everything about gang culture, Wody. What are you talking about? It making no sense. Yet I'm talking, and yet nobody's proving me wrong still. And this is an open debate for anyone in the public. You understand? Like I said, this dude introduced himself. I want you to talk. I'm asking you, who are you? Identify yourself. Quit false claiming and false bragging and tell me who you are. Do you want to have a conversation? Let's have a conversation. My rules for coming on the panel are very clear. You're going to be respectful and talk polite. We're going to have to screen or something on here to make sure that you're going to do that. I'm not going to keep losing my great shows. Like this show, I ain't bringing nobody up on panel. Ain't gonna ruin all my hard work of hours I put in, and then y'all got the audacity to come on here and talk about gangs like you tough. Gangs aren't even tough. That's my whole point to you. All these dudes is soft. They all got manipulated by the feds. They're getting moved around like chess pawns and chess pieces. What are you talking about? So you talking about he's not rolling 60s, talking about Blueface. Well, what the hell is he then? Because he's not a backyard Crip, because that doesn't exist. So you need to get your facts straight. So what is he? I mean, what are you saying? You can't be a neighborhood Crip and not have a set. You still have a street and a set you claim. Whether he's rolling 60s or not means nothing. When the rolling 60s got indicted, guess what? If the rest of the Crips didn't get indicted, because I haven't found that out yet, because I don't care. This is just stuff I researched so I can do my show. I don't care about none of you. But if they haven't gotten indicted, the other Crips who aren't rolling 60s, well, they obviously got put in a more compromised position now, clearly, where now they can be investigated and they're obviously being surveilled and investigated as we speak. So what do you mean? The rolling 60s getting indicted compromises every Crip and gang organization, especially in LA. To think that people don't have time on their hands and they don't have private investigators, CIA, FBI, feds watching all these gangs in LA would be silly. And that's my thing. They don't do nothing. They just sit there watching and surveilling. Your job is supposed to be to protect the community and the people. You're supposed to stop these people from doing all this havoc. That stuff would have not happened on the Vegas Strip had anyone in the FBI or CIA been doing their job. That's the truth. Why are we sitting here not blaming the people who are to blame and holding them accountable and pointing the finger at them and saying, you need to do your job? If you're not going to do your job, which is fine with me because they license who? A Batman. That's why you have to have a Batman. You see how much work I'm going to have on my hands? I will never run out of work. I think that's hilarious how they calling themselves the Red Triangles now. He said the Red Triangles are blah blah blah, so we don't have to give them watch time. It's hilarious, bro. They scared to give me watch time. I've got them right where I want them, coach. They know everything they type in is fake. He said, bro, you're talking about stuff you have no clue about. I'm talking about stuff I know everything about and come from. What are you talking about? I can't do it with these folks. Like, they're awesome. They're hilarious. They're just going to go. They're going to disagree with reality no matter how many times they lose. I don't know anything about what I do for a career now because I come from all of it and I've lived in the middle of all of it. So you know all my whereabouts. So you know where I was at in Dallas. You know all my history in Dallas. You know that there's different neighborhoods that are the roughest neighborhoods in America. And if I show up, they're like, "Yeah, Tyree's crazy. Stay away from him." What? I was in all sorts of stuff, but I don't know about the. Come on, bro, you silly. Like I said, that's a snitch. You a snitch. Why do you JNYC, I'm more than happy to have you here, man. I'm happy that you're here. I don't know who you are. I'm not mad at you. I'm happy to have you here. But when you speak, can you just say a whole sentence and ask me what you're asking me, please? And please, can it be something respectful and an actual question on the topic? The topic is being talked about. You should be able to gather the topic, whoever this is. It's like, see, right there, you're talking about 3M. I had a bank account with over $300,000, and one of my stocks that I held was 3M. I can get jobs with 3M. I could have gotten a job with 3M anytime I wanted in the past. Didn't want it. Why would I work for companies when I make mineral rights and oil royalty money? Like, I'm the boss. I was an oil tycoon. What are you talking about? I still got mineral rights. They still working on projects that they paid billions of dollars to drill into to wells and stuff, and I own little small interests in. Small, but I own interest. It was $1 billion project. I'm talking like they spend billions of dollars, and I have a small interest in what they're drilling into. But I'm nobody, right? Okay. I mean, it ain't about how much money. Hey, I don't care if I get 50 cents from it. I'm still a part of it. That's an accolade for a street gangster. I mean, that's pretty impressive. See my point? The topic is about all of these members. It's on the it's the topic of the show. It's right there, the title. Can you read it? Yes, yes, that's right. I mean, literally, but every day that I wake up, I listen to y'all talking. I'm like, man, they goofies. Y'all the meaning. You want to talk about goofy? You the meaning, bro. I don't know what you talking about. It. That's fine. If I'm goofy, then I'd rather be goofy because apparently goofy means you the coolest dude on the planet. Apparently goofy means you got your whole act together and you a boss and you really about it. Like, what are you talking about? You can't be anything because you're talking on the internet. It's what you do in reality in these streets. So I'll always be the OG. Y'all are the goofies. You online just talking on fake accounts. Your last name you're saying right now is Smagala. I mean, come on, bro, get out of here. What? Talking about what you on, what you got a problem with it. No, we don't have the same amount of subs because mine are real and yours ain't. But that's fine. You can say whatever. I don't care. Are you going to contribute to the topic, man? If not, I'm going to go ahead and kick you two out of here. All of y'all getting kicked and banned if you don't want to contribute to the topic, man. Like I said, this is not a Jimmy stream. Okay, you get away with that stuff with Jimmy. Jimmy, I'm like the 50 Cent of this game. So the same way he was saying Jimmy when he was talking about Jimmy Iovine and Jim Jones, I'm gonna handle that the same way. Jimmy, I can dismantle that whole operation over there. The real talk, that whole I got power to dismantle all of that, bro, because all them people know who the real street gangsta is and they gotta come over here. So I already know I already got them watching me. And guess what? I made one appearance on that failure show, and I already got y'all watching me, right? Because Jimmy boring as hell. All he do is sit there and want to talk like he 50 Cent when he's literally like 30 pounds soaking wet and completely out of shape. Not even. He's actually overweight. Feel me? Tone Space didn't come to Austin, brother. See, there you go with that delusion. There's people laughing at him and you. Hi there. Hi, Trina. How are you? Trina's in the building, y'all. Said Trina, like Trina was the one that was messing with Trick Daddy. I like Trick Daddy. I love that song. I don't want to say it on here because there's rules, but that's my favorite. Y'all know the song I love by Trick Daddy. Say what? Trick Daddy's awesome. How you doing, Anthony? Let's see here. What up, Batman? All right, let me continue with my topics here so they can. I need you to chime in on the topics. That's what I want everyone to do. If you follow the rules of the show, you're good. If you don't, I will get you off my program. And that's it. All right, let's see. So Blueface was put in the hospital in jail, but he says that he's a neighborhood Crip. See, they defend the cowards. They defended Eminem when Eminem was getting his you know what handed to him all over Detroit. But the guy who's the champ in the street, and I'm 1,000,000 and never took a loss, the actual Braveheart, who I've never had that happen to me, right? They are against. Y'all support cowardice. Y'all support being fake. It's like all the people that get on the internet, you notice they're all actors and they're acting and they're talking jive stuff that they don't know anything about. They all know I know what I'm talking about. So they bring troll accounts to try to role reverse and project. It's all about trying to take away my credibility, but it's impossible because you can't uncredify the truth. You understand? You can't expose the truth. How can I get me some mineral rights in Texas and suggestion? That's irrelevant to the topic, man. I'm saying talk about the topic. What are you worried about my mineral rights for? That's corny. See what I'm saying? He thinks he's slick. He thinks he's cute. Sure, Tyree. How can I get me some mineral rights in Texas and suggestion? Thought you were OG. You just said you were an OG. Come on, OG. Talk to me about the topic, OG. You know stuff about these gangs? Let's go. See, if you trolls knew about gang activity and gangs, I will be more than happy to talk to you, especially on here, because this is what I do for a living. Do you understand that I'm studying criminals for a living at this point? I study criminals and study gang organizations because that's who I put out of business and shut down, and that's who I come up against in the street. This is a fact. I came up against cartel numerous times. I shut down their illegal operations hands on. So what do you mean? You're not making sense. I shut down illegal organizations for a living. That's what I do. I'm a street dude. That's how it gets done. I don't know what you're talking about. So everything you're saying is silly. Feel me? Right. You just here to troll. That's fine. Yeah, why is that supposed to make me feel some way that you repeat nonsense? I don't care about that. Just talk to me about the topic, man. If you don't want to talk to me about the topic, it is what it is. I mean, see what I'm saying? How they don't want to have a conversation? Let's go. Let's have a conversation about the topic, bro. Feel me? If y'all can't do that, I'm going to make sure every account is blocked. Common sense. You know what I mean? Do you all want to act like you know about this stuff because you watched a couple of, gangster TV shows? I turned on the TV, Bob, and I heard about the rolling 60s, and now I'm an expert. See, they don't want to admit to themselves reality that they know that I was out there amongst all that. I came up the original intent of that as a kid. What? But I am that. I'm the meaning. I'm the real thing. What are you talking about? All the rest of them are fake. Anybody who's not Tyree Sneed, I don't care if you came up in the same era as me. If you claim anything, you fake. Period. What are you talking about? If you wasn't fake, we would have been heard about you because you would be running the streets. See, y'all act like the goal is not to run the streets and not be in any trouble and be free and good and be happy and have stood your ground the whole time and made it through everything like battle tested. That's the goal. You want to tell me I'm wrong because you just want to type nonsense because you're upset at me? Go ahead. I'm not going to change my formula though because I know it's right. Just using words is not going to convince someone that they're not who they are, bro. Y'all just got to grow up, man. This stuff is pathetic. All right, let's see here. So you got Briccbaby and Crip Mac. Like I said, Briccbaby said that Crip Mac was lying about his altercations and over exaggerating and embellishing the details of them, just like y'all embellish and lie on World Star, right? Briccbaby was a co-conspirator in an OTF indictment, which again, I don't know what OTF means, but for right now, we're going to say that it stands for on the fence. On the fence failures. That's right. On the fence, because you can't make up your mind about whether you're tough or you're in a gang or whoever you are. So you're on the fence about everything. That's right. So the on the fence indictment. Um, let's see here. Yeah, the co-conspirator YSL, who he's just a soldier boy running, tell him, and everybody gives him attention. You see how they glorify snitching. You see how the TV and the media and the Masons glorify it. YSL Woody is a snitch. They rewarded that snitch. He ain't even afraid to tell. They all encouraging him to tell, like we'll protect you. You know what I mean? The gangs are so fake now. Like I said, do you understand that real gangs didn't ever tolerate snitching at all? So that goes back to the point and proves my point of what I was saying. And I want you to listen and hear me. This is how genius works. My points tie into each other if I can remember because I'm tired. And I just blanked out because I'm exhausted. Can you remind me what I was saying, Anthony? It was about Briccbaby, right? Remind me what I was saying last. Is it like if I could remember? I'm just tired, man. It happens when I'm tired. If I could remember, it was it was about what we were talking about with what's his face. There's too many of you. There's too many Soldier Boy running tell-ems. What the hell is his name? What the hell is his name, bro? What's his name? One we were just talking about with him. Oh, Blueface. But I can't remember my point. But it is what a genius does. Like the points end up connecting, but I just shouldn't have taken the time to keep rambling and running my mouth. I should have just told you what was on my mind because I had it right there on the tip of my tongue and now I can't remember. But it's not a big deal. But my whole point, it was about the gang organization, about like the Rolling 60s and all that. I'm just saying they're all fake. Like that's how it ties in. Like they none of them are real. Like you can't be real, like I said, and not run the streets. You can't be real and not be in a good position. You can't be real and be in prison right now. We're too deep in this game. I'm sure Cowboy is. Yeah, Wack 100. I'm going to talk about that too. We're going to get into that too here. But yeah, Wack 100, I think definitely is a snitch and works for the feds. Yes, 100%. And I think it should be obvious. I think by looking at him, it should be obvious. I mean, you can tell what Wack 100 looks like if you look at him. I mean, let's get real. That's why he just causes a bunch of ruckus and tries to act tough. The ones that are backed by the feds, that meaning they're like wearing a wire and they're already licensed, they always try to act tough because they tell them to do that. They're overly confident because they have backup. They've got the feds behind them, bro. Okay, that's not a good position. You don't. That's a snitch. That's somebody who's telling. But my whole point is the gangs didn't even used to tolerate snitching. So I guess my point was like, with these dudes, they be running and telling and snitching, and nobody does anything about it. If every gang organization has been proven soft, that's what Takashi 69 was an example of. How can you say this person's a real whatever? These people talk on here, but they're saying things they don't even believe in. They know that Blueface is not a real Crip. But my whole point is nobody's a real Crip right now. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm not only calling out every gang organization, I'm telling all of you and will tell you to your face that you're all fake and you will do nothing about it. These are people I see day to day, not out here so much, but I've been all over the country. I see y'all. I got homeboys. I know tons of people in every organ. All y'all fake. What are you talking about? I tell y'all that all the time. I ain't none of y'all real. Like that's the world we live in, bro. We got real dudes like me that actually tell y'all what it is. Y'all don't do nothing about it. Like I said, you're not listening. These gangs are the puppets being manipulated and used for an agenda. They're not who runs the streets. They're not tough. Joining a gang is for acceptance. You're a coward if you join a gang. See, that's the thing. You're trying to glorify colors and nonsense and stupidity and ignorance, and you're not glorifying anything about even being tough, but then you want to act tough selectively when you want. That stuff don't work with Batman. That's why Batman runs the streets. You don't hear that a gang runs the streets down here. Let's get real. You hear that Batman runs the streets. Gangs ain't walking around getting people cheering for him down here. Batman is. So who runs the streets? If I didn't run the streets, I couldn't walk in them comfortably. It's the same any state I go to, any city. If I go to any city and take this movement, Batman will run the streets. He'll take everything over. I promise you. This is not new, bro. I take over blocks in my sleep, bro. It's easy. What are you talking about? It's too easy now because a lot of y'all is fake, and even if you still fake to me, just because you being aggressive or acting like you about anything, that doesn't make you real suddenly. You're still fake. You're still soft. You understand? You're still operating from a basis of ignorance. You're still not getting anything done. You're still not empowered. Anybody who looks at life and lifestyle like it's okay for me to go to jail and prison today or anytime I want, you have a mentality that you're never going to be successful. You see, that's the number one component, and that's why people look at people differently. People are going to look at me differently with a different kind of respect and a different point of view, whether it's jaded or not, or even true. And a lot of it isn't. But they're going to look at me different because they're going to say, well, he's smart. They're going to look at you like, yeah, this is a slowpoke. That's the truth of your system. And that is the truth. They glorify snitching, do they not? And that's my point. Every gang can't say they real because if they was, Takashi was backed by the feds. He was going in unmarked vans being picked up by the feds, meaning federal agents. He was backed by the feds to insult and talk down on people that we lost in these hoods and ghettos, like the ghettos in Chicago. That's why people like TJ were being used, and they want to try to play games and hold me back and keep me in confusion and silence me because they know that the ghettos of Chicago and all these hoods and hood dudes, the real hoods and the real, whatever, criminals, ghettos, the real dudes, the real savages, they all going to roll with me and support me if they smart and they can think, because I am them. I am the voice of the streets, regardless of whether I agree with what you're doing or who you are or who you choose to be. I don't agree with any criminal. I don't like criminals. But we come from the same blocks. That's the point. I'm someone who I'm just so real. I'm real enough that I don't switch up and be fake, and I keep being real because there's power in being real. But I keep being real because it's who I am. I don't know how to be anything else. Your boy TJ knows I'm real. Didn't you all say you were conducting an interview with a guy who sleeps in front of a jewelry store named TJ? Is that a real concept? Is that something that you're proud of? Like, I just want answers. Let me catch up to the comments. This is a good one. That's obvious by looking at Cowboy. Cowboy's an addict. He has addictive behavior, so I can guarantee that he is that. I'm not going to say that word on my show, but yes, he's that. Guaranteed. You can tell by looking at him with his bug eyes. That's Cowboy. All of them look like that. Peeping Toms. Here, Wack100 working with the feds. Wack100 is 100% working with the feds. And you know what just happened to Wack100? He got moved like the chess pawn he is, and he has a warrant out for his arrest right now. How did Batman know that? But I don't know what I'm talking about, they say. Right now, Wack100 has a warrant out for his arrest, and guess who snitched on him? Aaron the plumber. Yep, Aaron the plumber went and called 50 on Wack100 and said, "He showed my paperwork, and I'm in my feelings, and you need to arrest Wack100 because he's a big old meanie pants because he told on me. Because I'm Aaron the plumber. I can't believe that he put my paperwork out here. And it might have been Adam 22, but I'm going to blame Wack100 anyway because he's the easy scapegoat puppet to blame everything on. Quit crying. I should get an Academy Award for this acting. Y'all got to pay me, donate. Hit that Cash App in the bottom left-hand corner. It's right there. Shamgar 2023. That's right, we accept all forms of payment. That's right. And if you want to give me a cash in person, I have no issue with that too. But you better come correct. All right, let's see here. Wack is an informant. DJ Vlad, there you go. They know what they're talking about. Yep. You just named all of them. I didn't even know that other one. Can you explain to me who that is? See, now we have a good guess. Anthony, thank you. Who is Cam Capone? Or they're two separate people. Do you mean Cam from New York? I know which Cam you're referring to. He's very irritating. I can't stand Cam. If you're talking about Cameron, I just couldn't be around him for 5 seconds. You get on my nerves. All them New York fake dudes get on my nerves. See, this is Texas, bro. Y'all don't get how real we is down here. We in a whole different bracket than them. The New York fools, bro. They wouldn't say nothing around me. If I had people like Cameron around me, bro, it would be like I'm carrying a little team of little homies with me. Like Cameron wouldn't say nothing. I'd be like, "You speak when spoken to." You understand, boy? I'm a grown white man. These people really have reality jaded. They want to pretend they do. They know what it is. But yeah, Cameron is a punk. He's always been a punk. He's a punk that opens his mouth and says a little bit of truth here and there because he's always a soldier boy runner telling. He rats on everyone. He ratted on Jay-Z. He rats on everyone. He's mad at Jay. He rat on everybody. Jay-Z is the reason what happened to Beanie Siegel happened because Jay-Z can't handle his own dirty work. He's a coward. He can't even go back to his own projects, Marcy Projects, that he grew up in, and everybody facilitated his environment and everything for him without security. What? That's the facts. I know everything about what I'm talking about, actually. Who's Cam or Capone or who are those individuals? Can you tell me that? And give me a minute. Be patient with me. Y'all can keep typing as many comments as you like. I'll catch up. Better that way if you don't wait for me. And I'm quick. I'll catch up. But I have to do my talking on each topic. It's getting easier. People getting softer and dumber every year. What's getting easier? Like taking over blocks? Because, I mean, I just think it's getting... I don't think that it's necessarily getting easier. I honestly think it's harder. Like my job is harder. What I do is going to get harder and harder, and it's hard enough. It's a hard job to want to do. Nobody would want to do what I do because I'm an enforcer. Let's just get real. But my point is, it's not easy by any means. When we get up to these big cities, you have to understand like it's all going to happen. It's not going to be pretty, bro. It's going to get ugly quick, and it's not an easy job. What I do is not easy at all. I'm risking everything doing what I do. But like I said, it's standing up for what's right and it's what needs to be done. Like I said, there's too many communities complaining, saying there's graffiti. When I was over there in Kentucky, there was graffiti over there. I'm just attracted to these concepts. I'm attracted to these things, and I'm tougher than all these individuals, and my background is a lot rougher than them. That's why I'm the perfect man to do this. But we need to have somebody step up, and that's why you need a Batman. You need a Batman to run all these gang members out of these communities, literally. It's just there has to be a face off, and they have to lose and leave the community. That's all. You just got to go. You got to take your antics somewhere else. You know what I mean? How they do it, I don't care. You want to do it peacefully, cool. You want to go the other route, no problem. But you need to leave. That's how it works. That's just the truth. But that's what we need in our communities. Communities don't need nice communities, don't need graffiti all over walls and a bunch of gang members. It's just not good for business. It's not how it works. And since the feds and the CIA and the FBI and all the officials do nothing about it, there's no choice but to license and create a Batman. That's my point. They have licensed me. When Trump pardons prisoners, he licenses Batman because Batman has no jurisdiction. Of course, I'm not going to come on here and run my mouth and self snitch, but the truth is, Batman can go do whatever he wants. You saw how he handled that guy in China. Okay, you think Batman can't do that? The hell he can. What? If Trump pardons a prisoner, what's stopping, like, just real question, what's stopping a Batman from going and apprehending that prisoner, grabbing the prisoner, and delivering him back to the prison? What's stopping a Batman from doing that? Who you can't ID. See what I'm saying? Clearly, if that Batman were to do so, he's not going to go online and go talk about it and be like, yeah, I went and do that. No, he's going to keep his mouth shut like gangsters do, right? But a Batman who's unIDable could potentially do stuff like that. Let's get real. Just like he can run gang members out of communities, he can get busy in the street, he can do whatever he wants because he's unIDable. He's an unIDable, uncontrollable Batman. And I would never do such a thing, ever. I think that's crazy. It's insane. I would never do it. I don't know who in the hell would think that they could do something like that. That's ridiculous. Understand? So don't ever think that I would do such a thing because I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'm just a soft white yuppie. Okay, and that's not how I am. I'm a good man. All right. And whoever Trump pardons, it's okay because he's Donald Trump. And that's the way your communities work. That's the way America works because it's a joke. Your country is a joke now. It's been a joke. They didn't protect our border. They made it a joke. They created this joke. And now they want to sit here and tell us, well, you ain't going to tell us nothing. You ain't going to tell us what to do. You came in my country. You're a traitor and you ruined my country. And now you want to tell me how it's going to go. Boy, that'll be the day. What? See, that's why you got to be a land grabber. Straight up. You got to own land and get a lot of it. And you got to own real estate and own wealth and equity because if you don't, you're going to allow people to tell you what to do. Nobody can tell me what to do because I own my stuff. You could do all them lies about, oh, well, the government owns it. No, they don't. Actually, that's not how it works. No. But you can tell yourself what you want. And like I said, I mean, we can all face problems. We can all face homelessness. Like, bro, if I ever faced that, if I faced homelessness again, bro, I've been dealing with that while I own properties for so many years. That's nothing. It's literally like freedom for me. That's like a vacation. If I went to like some other major city and I was homeless, I can build everything. It's actually easier for me to make money. It's way easier and it's easier for me to build. Like I said, bro, I'm so good at what I do. I could do a podcast with y'all while I have a 40 ounce and a sign that says anything helps in a major city. And I could probably make more money doing that than doing what I'm doing right now. All this hard work. Major cities, there's so much more opportunity. There's more money, cash flow. You can make money, bro. That's why I was told y'all, I don't want to be the best bum I can be. I can make money being a bum because I can live stream being a bum and I still get paid. Then I'm getting two sources of income. So y'all don't get it. That's why I work so hard so I can be a bum and get paid. Real talk. That's my goal in life, to be a bum. See, y'all's goal is to be some corporate yuppie businessman. My goal in life is to be a bum because I'm going to get paid to be that bum. You silly. Oh my goodness, y'all just don't know how to think outside of the box, do you? I'm just kidding. I'm going to dress up nice too. Like, see, that's the thing. I could be a bum that then I turn around and put on my corporate suit. And then I'm Batman. I'm so crazy. Apparently, I do whatever the hell I want. I be different guys in different days. I just do what I want. That's a genius. And guess what that comes from? Exposure to reality, exposure to the elements. That's why he says in the new Batman movie, what's out there is the element. And they're all waiting to get you. And that's the truth. I get what he's saying. I'm back. What did I miss? Quite a bit, but you're good. Not too much. I like how you keeps it real. Thank you, Trina. I appreciate it. I appreciate your name. Anybody named Trina is cool with me. Like I said, I thought she was a cool lady, Trina, the one that was dealing with Trick Daddy. I thought she was all right. I thought she was crunk. I thought she was a good rapper. I like Trina. I don't get like that she got with Little Wayne. I think that's whack. I think he's whack. He's like 3 foot tall, looks like a stick. But I'm not Trina, and that's her thing. And she was just trying to get fame, like most of them so-called women. That's all she wanted. She wanted fame. Who are we talking about? Because they all are. All right. Keep on going with the comments. Let me tell a little bit more of this, and then I'll tell more stories with the comments. Hold on. So this is why they want to silence me, see, because they know people like me. See the point? See, it takes standing up to them. It takes that. It takes you got to stand your ground, and you got to, no, I'm going to have a chat room. I'm going to do what I want, and you can't do anything about it. These people hate that people love me. They hate to love me. They all are in love with me. It's too bad. I'm taken. That's right. Christina is my love of my life. All right, let's see here. It all has to do with me being good looking, to be honest with you. That's the truth. Um, excuse me. Back to it. Now make me more famous. I said Octua. They stole that from me too. They steal everything from me. Um, you got BMF, blow money fast. Listen how ignorant that sounds. It's exactly what they do and what they program the youth to do. And all the ignorant ones in all the hoods and ghettos across America, they teach you to spend money fast and not keep any of your money. Now, I can't really talk on that because I've spent a ton of money in my life and never cared about holding on to it. But again, I got targeted, so I was forced to spend money. If not, I would have had plenty of that money. And then I went on to sell 50-acre properties for 100K and have over 60K in Vegas. So I've had plenty of success since then. But I'm just saying, I'm not really the beacon of not spending money. I will be now when God blesses me again. I'll be frugal. Well, let's see here. Let me move to the next page here. I should have quite a few notes. Should be more than this. It's basically a fake subculture. It's a fake subculture that's been created with these fake little gang members and these little fake communities and your little barrios and your hoods and your ghettos that, like I said, most of them are renovated, cleaned up projects. That's what they are. It's no longer the ghetto and the hood. It's just they wanted to turn the world into a hood. The world is one big ghetto. That's why I was way ahead of my time. Hold on. That's why I was way ahead of my time because I adjusted. That's why I understand hoodie bonics to a T. Like, I'm a genius. I was way ahead of my time. I knew that the world was turning into a ghetto. Why do you think I'm so ghetto? I'm so ghetto. I'm so hood. Because I knew that the world was being turned into a ghetto and a hood. But that's not really why. I mean, this is really who I am, and it's just what I became. I'm a product of my environment like anybody else, but I'm a smart product of my environment. I'm a product of my environment that didn't allow my environment to necessarily adjust my behavior. I took everything good from it and I alchemized it. The reason I'm Batman the Alchemist is because I alchemize everything. I take the most negative stuff that I've been through, people trying to stop me, take me out, everything, and I turn it into a positive. Right? There's that beautiful palm tree I got. That's my palm tree, boy. You stay away from it. Get off my lawn. But yeah, like I said, let's see here. Okay, so we got the fake subculture. I went over that. And any of your comments I want you to say so that I can follow the comments. So let me catch up and then I want y'all to comment along with me while I go through these topics because I got these are small pages, but about almost four and like a quarter of a page still. So we're still going. Said, yep, Batman not lying. Streets is a myth. Just like that bozo JNYC in this chat. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh, he went in on you. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's too much. He let you have it there. Good old Daryl. Daryl. Your name's funny, I'm not gonna lie. Daryl. Real Gangsters Gang do not have social media. That's a lie. That is a complete lie. They all have social media. How do you think they're all being arrested all day? They all get arrested because the Facebook fake book was created by the feds to gather information on you. They've been surveilling y'all. They've been watching you since day one. You know how many arrests and how many horrible occurrences and interactions that have resulted in actual losses have happened because of Facebook and Instagram, bro. All these so-called wannabe gang whatever have social media. And trust me, you think these agencies don't expect you to have social media? They're who created it. The feds, CIA created Facebook. They expect you to have social media because they look at you as what most of you are. See, the thing is about I'm trying to educate you and give you all game and advice. The deal is to break out of the paradigm. If you can be educated and gather intelligence, knowledge is what? Power. If you get knowledge, then they can't mess with you in any level. See, you could take a dude like me, I'm an idea. You could take the concept of me in a mind and put it into anything. It wouldn't matter what I did. If I did live like that, I'd be I'd have an edge and a million steps ahead. I'd be a million steps ahead of everybody, and it would help me, and I could use it to my advantage. But luckily, I have a smart enough mind that I don't have to do that kind of stuff to make money. I make money. All of my money right now I make is just by opening my mouth and talking. To me, that's a blessing because I don't have to go work in a warehouse anymore like I used to, or do bar security and put my everything I have at risk every day. I mean, it's one of the most unsafe jobs you can have. I don't have to, at least when you do real bar security, like I was in some of the bars, not the ones that are just cowards. They just don't want to get into anything. The door guys on 6th Street are a joke, bro. They're hiring like 3 foot tall dudes that look like doorknobs now. Okay. But my point is, luckily, I'm smart enough that I don't make those decisions. I had every path choice. I was around all sorts of stuff, all that activity in Dallas. It was in front of me every day. I couldn't even sit down at a table without them laying it out in front of me. You understand? I came up in all that. So to act like I'm not smart or wise, no, I've made very smart decisions. Not because I was scared, not because I was a coward. I took on dealers head on and won. I was having altercations with all of them. I had to break up people getting into stuff, and they were begging, screaming, "Ty, help me!" Like, I mean, I had to literally come up against like 10 guys and win. I've been Batman since day one. That's what invented and created this. Then I had to deal with the corrupt officials too. Dallas is corrupt as hell. What? I already came up against them and won too. People don't get. I've done this in Dallas, Oklahoma, down here, Green Bay. I have a habit of doing this because I'm just me. It's not that I'm doing anything wrong. I'm doing everything right, but they just don't like seeing a good American citizen that follows the law. It's crazy. You would think they would, but they actually don't because they look at you and say, "Oh, he's righteous and I'm scum." That's the state of most of your agencies in this country. Corruption. That's the truth. That's why they got caught already child trafficking. Actual departments. They were literally doing it all in unmarked vehicles, and they got caught, and it made the news on Facebook. And the only man who's ever said for decades, I've been saying this, that they're who's doing all that and they're responsible is Tyree Sneed. I'm a genius, man. I'm way ahead of my time. You should listen to me because I know what I'm talking about. All right, let me catch up to the comments. Said him too. I don't know what's that's referring to because I'm a bit behind. I apologize. If you want to let me know right now, you can. I heard the boogeyman run Texas. Well, I am the boogeyman. I'm your boogeyman. That's what I am. That's why that's my theme song. I'm always playing that when I show up as Batman, man. I'll be listening to it right in my ears while I'm showing up doing my Batman thing. I'll be in a mode when I'm working, bro. Trust me, I'm unstoppable when I'm working. All you gotta do is give me a little music. I'll do anything. You turn that music on, I'm jamming. I'm going. I'm running through any obstacle in my path. Cam is like Vlad TV, do interviews without being on camera. Okay, what's his channel? I want to look into that. I'll do some research on that. And we can do a whole nother full show on that. Because I'm going to start trying to involve all these different channels. I'm going to call them out. I'm going to tag their name. I'm going to start, um, how do you put it? What is it? Just being more interactive with the platform. Like I want to start talking to people, trying to do interviews. All my interview offers for those 2 accounts that I tagged the names in my community wall are stand. I want to talk to people, man. I'm tired of being isolated, man. I don't talk to many people, bro. I'm trying to break out of my shell and talk to people, bro. I want to talk. Like, I need some human interaction, man. It's ridiculous, bro. I got like one person to talk to. That's it. Like, sucks. Hold up. So you can tell you are rich as proper rich people never flash it. I mean, I already did all my flashing, but I mean, the deal is I use flashing to make money. I mean, I just put up a video of me with money the other day and I get paid for it. So for me, it actually contributes to flash money. I mean, I appreciate it. I mean, I'm not rich. I'm wealthy. I have equity. I invested money into equity, which is what smart people do my entire life as I was living and going back and forth in the streets. I mean, I've been through the whole system, been through everything. And I defeated the system and I stood up to corruption. And that's what made me Batman. But I'm not lying like other people. I have nothing to lie about. I paid cash for everything I have. Everything I ever bought, I bought cash. Like everything I did, I built everything myself. Nobody did anything for me. Everybody had their hands out when they could have supported me a little bit. Um, and everybody was pulling out the carpet from underneath me. I didn't even have any, I had no way to make a move or do anything. People didn't even allow me to make a living or anything, to have anything. I didn't even have stability, nothing. I had to build everything myself. I paid cash for all I got. But like, no, I don't flaunt it because I'm used to having, honestly, it doesn't do anything for me. I got over 2,000 jewelry right here. I don't need to put it on. I mean, I've been having issues actually lately, but I either way, I don't feel the need to wear it. Like, what am I showing off and flaunting for? The Batman thing helped me with that a lot. I used to wear jewelry all the time and stuff. Y'all remember it wasn't that long ago. And I don't really care about jewelry anymore because I feel more like myself. If that makes sense. I would like to wear like one watch and a rubber band, but I want to get a new watch. That's what I want. Like, doesn't have to be super expensive either, but just a nice, good watch, and I want another one. But we'll see. But I just don't care about jewelry. I mean, I have bigger priorities than worrying about a watch right now. Like, it's not really a need or a want right now at all, to be honest with you. I just I want to save money. I want to get where I can invest in stocks, at least like on these little apps, something. Like, I'm trying to build. That's why I got to talk to people because talking is how I make money. That's what I realized. Talking is my business. You understand? I really don't even have to have all this as a means of income. If I lost it, I could still get on these networks and talk and make money. I have plenty of accounts to use and I can make new ones. They can't silence me, you know? But I appreciate that, man. But yeah, I'm not rich at all because I don't have the cash because I was set up and targeted though, so I have to keep starting over and nobody helped me. So nobody gave me a fair shake. That's what y'all have to understand. Like that's why there's no excuse. People don't like me because I'm walking proof and living proof that there's no excuse because I worked harder than anyone to get to the point. But yeah, I'm extremely wealthy. I'm wealthy though because I'm smart. It didn't take much money. The billions of dollars in equity, the arrangements that I created with the buildings I have access to, full access, didn't cost me much money. I don't even pay for it right now. I pay for it when I use it. These people have been worried about that forever, and it's like, dude, it's just thinking outside the box. It's not that difficult. Like what? It's something that other people can do, but y'all just don't know how to do it. Y'all don't know how to utilize resources. Like I've just noticed that. And like you could tell yourself what you want, but that's the best thing. When you don't own something and you don't have to pay for it and pay all the bills, that's the position you want to be in. What? These people want to get on here and talk about money because they don't have it. They want to argue and be miserable. People who really enjoy life, they just want to be happy. I don't care what I have. I just want a roof over my head, a little bit of money. I'm happy right now. I'm content. I have what I need. Like, there's always problems, there's issues, there's things I want to change. My allergies are horrible here, but like, I can't do anything about that. You know what I mean? So all I can do is wake up every day and try to better my situation and better my life. So that's what I do. But you're gonna have problems everywhere you go. It's just gonna be different problems. You got to learn to embrace the problems. Yeah, I like Trina. I thought she was all right. Real talk. I think she's all right. I'm not gonna lie. I looked at a Trina poster too when I was a little younger. Yeah, yeah. No comment. I thought she was all right at that time. I don't know about now. She's probably pretty old now. I don't think her face was that great, but You want to talk about a good-looking chick? I think uh I think Sierra is good looking, but they say she's a man. so I don't know about that one. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like I said, my future wife is Christina, but you know, she doesn't mind me talking about reality. She has eyes, but who else? I don't know. Any of the other ones? There's some actresses, a couple of actresses maybe. I don't remember any of their names though. Um, but yeah, I don't know. Some of like the news reporters in like those different countries and stuff. But yeah, Trina was alright. I don't know about so much in the facial region, but yeah, Trina was alright. I just liked her whole rap thing. I thought she was cool. I liked her vibe. You know what I mean? It wasn't so much anything else. I just thought she was alright. I thought she was cool. Let me see here. Started doing push-ups and dips after seeing you train so hard. Oh, that's good, man. I'm glad I could inspire you to do that. That's pretty much that's a big part of why I do it. Yeah, I mean at the time, but I mean it should have sold for a lot more. It's just I think there was foul play involved, so that might be another lawsuit. I don't know. I might even have to file a lawsuit on the real estate agent. I have no idea. I got to see what went on with that because I was supposed to get an extra 50K and they wouldn't give me an easement. And I know allegedly, but I know that allegedly is connected to Carly Fiorina because she owns the property behind it. It's the property I grew up on. That's all. It's common sense. These people are mad at me because I had anything. Then they're like, "You come from a rich family." I was never given any money, nothing. Come from a rich family. What? My family wasn't rich. I struggled always. I never had everything or was just good. I mean, we lived an okay lifestyle, but my family's rich. Well, how are they my family if none of them did anything for me and I didn't talk to most of them? That's not family. It might be family on a piece of paper, but that don't mean that they doing nothing for you. So to say that makes no sense. And those same people, they be quiet now because they scared and terrified of Batman and they know what it is. So who cares? That's the reality. Yeah, they leave me alone now. They learn. Yeah, all that fake stuff you was talking about. Oh, this and that happened. Yeah, you see me happy right here. I know you, man. Yeah, silly. Well, these people, they want to play games with people, but they don't want to be held accountable. They want to play games with people, but they don't want to have a face to face conversation after they do all this stuff online. They got to run and hide forever. That's some coward stuff. I would never do that. I don't play games with nobody online. If somebody says I do, they lying. That's like that Buns dot. He just made a whole confession of he want to do this and that on online and blah blah blah. Like he's making confessions over there. Like, dude, you're going to prison. Like you ain't even capable of that. You soft as a cupcake. What? I mean, come on, bro. You didn't even care about your own brother. The man sacrificed his own brother, and everybody knows it. What? And you have nothing. Everybody around you, you sacrificed. I mean, what are you talking about? It's the same story with everybody. You didn't take care of anybody. You weren't there for them. I'm there for everybody. You wasn't there for none of your people. You didn't care about nobody but yourself. I want to talk about this and that. Blah blah. All you do is write checks you ain't gonna cash. Then he's online being a coward, telling people like that Michael dude that he don't want beef. Like, dude, you're a walking contradiction, bro. He's trying to change the whole story on his little YouTube channel of reality. Oh, now I'm the hero. That's what them narcs do. They be telling the story. Oh, now they're the hero, and when they're actually the evil villain. Weird, man. They not the real gangsters. I'm trying to catch up, man. I apologize. Let me quit rambling. Starting to sound like them. Yeah, imagine. Not at all. What the hell is that? Did you spell that wrong, or is that really how it's spelled? That sounds like a very exciting website right there. What? He said twatter. That sounds like a great website. I think you meant Twitter, but tell me about this other site. Yeah. I said, I wish I could get a million steps ahead. You can with knowledge. That's all it takes. Like I said, it wasn't just money. It was knowledge. It wasn't me. It was more people just nobody gave me a fair shake, man. I just used everything. I just took the pieces, let the pieces fall where they may. I just took the pieces of the puzzle and I allowed it to come together. That's all. I just tried to make good, solid, right decisions as best that I could. I dealt with the cards I was dealt. The cards work out for me because God provides. That's how I feel. For me, God provided all of this for me. That's a fact. You understand? Like I've been blessed my whole life because of karma and because God loves me. It's not about financial or money or even knowledge, or it's about God. If you a good person, man, and your heart's in the right place, God ain't gonna let go of you. That's how you know I'm a good person, because I mean, I wasn't even aware of what was going on. God grabbed me and was like, I ain't letting go of you. Period. You're worth too much. God is real, man. It's about karma. It's about doing the right thing, man. That's what people don't get. Everybody wants to have a formula. There's no magic formula. You just got to be a good person. I helped so many people. I took care of people. I paid everybody's bills. I paid everything over here. I paid everything. That God saw that, and then He saw how everybody's treated me forever. Like I still get treated horribly and done dirty. So God sees that. You can't hide from God, man. God sees everything. God sees all, and God sees that and says, "Okay, I'm gonna reward him for that." You know what I'm saying? Because I see how these people are treating him, and he don't deserve that. He's been nothing but nice to everyone and shown love and helped everyone, and they don't want to treat him right. You know what I'm saying? That's been my life story. I'm a good dude, man. I'm a gangster. Don't get it twisted, but I'm a good dude. Gangsters are good dudes. Thank you, Andy. I appreciate that. Why in the hell did you just say that name? Boy, I can't stand him. I can't even. He comes on a video. He'll pop on a video of mine on YouTube. I immediately turn it off and close it. I don't even want. You couldn't even put me in a room with that dude. That's how I feel about him. I ain't trying to hear nothing he say. That's a Satanist, bro. And he a clown, bro. Look at his face, bro. You serious? Dude like that, I would get the G checking quick. That's what, like, I'll tell you right now. You put a fool like that around me. That's about the right guy. Get a guy like that around me. Real talk. That's all you gotta do. Invite me to one of them interviews and have him there. Like, real talk. Please do. Like, boy, I'll get at him so quick. I'll let him know exactly reality. Real talk. I'll be right up in his grill in his face too, letting him know what time it is. I'm telling you the truth. Like, see, I don't talk. I get busy. I'd let him know straight up what it is, what you want to do. Like, what? All that fake stuff. I mean, that fake talk around me. 3 foot tall. It would get ugly quick. I'm just telling you the truth. Yeah, that dude, I ain't got no respect for that dude. Anybody that tries to act like they God and go against God, you nothing. That's what he is, nothing. He a joke. He ain't got no money. He ain't got no wealth. That's just another you know what running their mouth. That's what they like to do. That's why you got to put them in their place on here. I'm not being no way. I'm being equal, and I'm all about equal rights and equality and being respectful. But when they don't have no respect, like that dude, look at him, bro. That's a joke, man. What woman would want to date something that even look like that, bro? Like, you got to have something wrong with you, or just be money hungry. Like, you got to have some serious problems. Does YouTube pay much then? No, they don't pay much at all. They pay 100 of a cent. But I'm doing all right with it because I'm picking up momentum and pace because I work harder than anyone. My check's already over $100. It's going to acquire a little bit more today. I don't even know if it'll be $1 today because I didn't do many videos, but we'll see. But it's going well. That's another check. It's coming on my birthday. It's going to be over 100 for sure. I got the rest of the month to line it up. It's been hard for me to sleep, man. I have allergies that are really bad, like really bad. You know what I mean? So like it affects me majorly. So like all in here. So I just have to try to get some rest, I mean, over time, hopefully it adjusts and goes away. I do the best I can. It's just a thing. It's been a thing for decades. It sucks, but I can't do anything about it. But um yeah, I get a little better rest and I'll probably get back to it maybe tomorrow. I gotta see, man. I mean, there's not many options with me unless y'all donate, man. I mean, can any of y'all donate? If you donate and you send me some cash, some money through Cash App or whatever, I have PayPal and Venmo as well, then because I have to pay for the bus out here, so I have to pay $3, and I have to have cash for that. I have some cash, but like that's the thing, everything costs money. If I get cash back, that's like $10.25 with $1.25 added to that. No, $10, like $10 minimum, $1.25 added to that. You know what I'm saying? And like I have to keep my bank account good if I can because I want to get the phone bill paid. That's like $55. I got like 75 in the bank right now. That's it. You know what I mean? Remember, I'm retired, bro. I already made all the money and all that. This is my period of stagnation. This has been my broke hustle period. And I got the attention of the whole country and the whole world and built a platform. I mean, if I was in this for money, I'm in the wrong field. I'm not in this for money because I'm comfortable with where I'm at and what I'm doing. I'm in this for God's journey and what He's doing working on me. So right now, I have to make sure this is about training. God doesn't want me to have all the money and the resources right now because if I did, He wouldn't have been able to train me to this capacity. I wouldn't be as strong as I am. You see what I'm saying? Money is not a gift or a blessing all the time. God is going to dictate when that blessing comes for me. I don't know how He deals with the rest of the world, but for me, I talk to God. So He's my father. He's like just like I have my real dad, and then I've got my other real dad, which is God. They're both my real dad. You know what I mean? But that's like my father. Like I have to listen. He talks to me. He tells me what to do every day. I have to listen, bro. It's not something like y'all don't understand. Actual discipline with God is a real thing, bro. Like discipline. Like I have to listen and do what I'm told. Like I got a boss. He's God, but he's just not my boss. He's my partner and friend. You know what I mean? But yeah, I listen to God. That's the only entity I would listen to. Everybody else, care what they had to say. Let me see. He said, I'm so broke I can't pay attention. Likes to drop and dip. Is that what they call it? Who is Trina? LOL. Trina is the artist that worked with Trick Daddy back in the day. She's cool, man. Trina was cool. Like, real talk. I thought Trina was alright. I think she's cool. You know who I think is pretty good looking? Evil Longoria. I thought she was good looking back in the day. Now, not so much, and she's aged horribly. But like I said, she sat there and got in a fake arrangement with Tony Parker, and I'll never forgive her. Tony Parker's a scrub. Like, see what I'm saying though? But what culture is Tony Parker? See what I'm saying? You can't tell me they all don't hate on the white man because they do. That's the truth. See, these people, they want to have a problem. Oh, you're opening your mouth and you're proud of your people and who you are. Yes, I am. What? I mean, that was an arranged fake relationship and fake marriage, like all of them. Any celebrity thing is because y'all are demonic and you worship Satan. It's all out of spite. It is. And it's all towards me. Yeah, reality, that really is the truth because I'm literally the center of the universe. I'm the Messiah, bro. People sound silly, but I thought Eva Longoria used to look pretty good. They used to have posters of her and stuff. She looked all right. Trying to think which ones I think are okay looking. Mm, I'm kind of weird though. I even think the one in the vampire movie with Wesley Snipes, the one that's like the secretary type looking chick that she's a vampire, I thought she was all right looking. The one that wears the suit and she's like Hannibal King. I think she's funny. Like I think she's funny as hell. Thought she was all right. Trying to think. I don't know. There was one even in the old Batman, like Batman Returns. She was sitting at the table eating chicken, if y'all remember, and then she's there when they're messing with Batman's Batmobile. She was good looking. I don't know where they found that chick at. She was one of like the actors that she never talked in the movie, but she appeared a couple of times. Who else? I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's really a mystery. I mean, I think I just see what's good looking and what's not, pretty much. But good looking tends to always mean a bunch of other problems and nonsense and a complete psycho and maniac. So, you know, I'm just aware of reality. Let's see here. Heard that Google takes 30% of the super chat money. Is that for real? I'm sure it is because all of these companies, number one, are desperate, and that's what they do. They all make their money that way. I said, I'm broke using my neighbor's Wi Fi. I mean, that's all right. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't have Wi Fi. I don't have none of that. That's why I have to pay my phone because I got to have entertainment. I got to have my phone at least. That's all I got. The church cult threw away my laptop. Dang, church cult? Like what? They're an actual church cult too, bro. Those people are disturbing. I know the Red Triangles already talked to them too. They're in cahoots with the Red Triangles. Like, who am I? Like whose life is like this bad? Like, can't even go to a church group for help because the church is working with an underground illegal organization to try to silence me and get rid of me. Like, you don't get no worse than me. Like, you know, like what? My life's beautiful. I'm just saying it's kind of funny. Like, yeah, church cult is an actual like they're demonic, bro. They're evil. They're weird. They just entice you with like in Kentucky at that racetrack. They have a good breakfast. So that's how they entice me. They're like, here you go, Tyree. Here's candy. Here's food, Tyree. Come on. Here's your plate of refried beans and enchiladas. And I'm like, oh, I can't resist. Literally, that's the only reason I hang out with them for the food. Like, what? I'm pretty sure they're aware of that. Like, the whole point of the whole thing was so I could eat. That's all I did was eat. When we were at that Oklahoma State Fair, all we did was eat. They were hooking us up with free sodas. I kept going over there. I was working hard. Don't get me wrong. I worked harder than everybody. I'm who had to run everything basically. And we did the security for the state fair, which was a big deal because of what happened there the year privy. But I did a great job. But I had to get people through the scanners fast, and I was the only one who could do it. Batman stepped up, man. They ought to give me a lot more respect over there with that church group. I did a lot for them. You know what I mean? Like I said, the last time I went over there, I picked up all that trash with my bare hands, old watermelon and stuff right there. I picked all that up for Bobby right in front of him. He was just sitting there with the trash bag. Like, I try to help, man. I try to be a good person to everybody, but I just don't trust people, man. People are, kind of sketchy. So we got Eric Holder, who Briccbaby knows as if that's not suspicious, right? In my opinion, right? Briccbaby is a complete federal informant and a snitch. So is Eric Holder. I think Eric Holder was a government like pawn. I think that was a government. I really do. I think that was a targeted, you know what, on Nipsey Hussle, and because I think it was because he had a voice somewhat that people were listening. They already had him in their pocket because he was promoting Bitcoin because of that. And then you have to remember, he started inching along the freeway about talking about the Dr. Sebi documentary. And that's what the government don't want. The government doesn't want anything coming about natural stuff and how to eat. They don't want that, bro. You know what I mean? I think it has a lot to do with that because that's all the other people that they've silenced, that the government has silenced, have done something along the lines of that, talked about something that would put the pharmaceutical mafia out of business, stop disease, stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I really think that's what cost Nipsey everything was that he was still trying to do the right thing. I'm not ever trying to take credit away from Nipsey Hussle. I'm standing up to all of you brainwashed peons who want to say that he helped his community. That's a bold-faced lie. No, he didn't. He didn't have any money. He couldn't help himself. How's he going to help his community? What are you talking about? Like, that's the thing. And like I said, I invite people to, you can definitely come see me in the street when I'm working and talk to me and have a conversation about it. I'm not afraid of anybody, bro. I wear a bulletproof vest almost every day for a reason. I ain't scared. I don't care who it is. I'm really not scared, bro. Feel me? Anybody can come see me. Yes. Like, yeah, I encourage you to, but when I'm working. Feel me? All that other nonsense, y'all soft. Feel me? Let me see here. I'm not afraid of nobody and nothing. And ain't nobody gonna come see me because they all know better. That's reality. Bro, I'm Batman for a living, bro. That's what Batman do. Batman comes up against all that type of stuff for a living. That's what I already do. These people they be like trying to talk to me on here, acting like they saying something like, yeah, you telling me what I already do for a living? How is that something new? They're like, oh, this and that, blah, 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 Batman. Yeah, like I just did that yesterday. Like I came up against stuff worse than that last week. What? I just came up against a huge pit bull in one. Some people saw it on here. What? Huge. Like Sandlot huge. What are you talking about? Back down a pit bull. What? Batman in the movie ain't do that. Christian Bale, he lost to the dogs. I didn't. You know what I mean? And all I had to do was talk. That's it. Let's see here. So you got Eric Holder, then you got Big U. Like I told you, all these characters that I'm mentioning, if you trace back the whole show and listen to it and rewind it, they're all connected. Big U was doing a lot of extortion. This is what they do. Same with Wack 100. This is how they eat and get by. They're not rich. This is how they're trying to make a career. They're all criminals. And they're all being used and manipulated by the government as puppets, and they're all telling on each other and ratting each other out. I mean, how can any of them claim to be a gang member or a gangster when they're soft as hell? Gangsters don't run and tell. Gangsters handle their own business. Now, a gangster may file a lawsuit at some point if it's necessary for cowards who take the cop out and hide online. That's different. That's still gangster. But everything they do, running and telling on each other, that's some soft, you know what stuff, bro. That's cowardly. What? Like, that's crazy to me. Briccbaby, his parents were dealers, in case you ain't know. All of them ain't talking about nothing. He grew up in South Central Slauson, which is right there around Nip, right? So think about it. The government has all this time to watch you folks and get tabs on you and figure out who you are and what you do, right? They create files on rappers, bro. Come on, man. The prisons recruit these little homies. Y'all are puppets. Let me tell you the truth, man. These so-called gangs, ain't none of them tough. Don't none of them run nothing. Those are the puppets. If you're in a gang, you're a puppet. That's the truth. That's the actual truth. And the reason I know is because I'm the top dog in this whole game. I'm the cream of the crop. I'm above the feds because I'm just a citizen that's a lot smarter than everybody. So I'm smart enough because I'm real and I've lived it all and I'm in the street with it. So I'm smart enough to realize and figure out how the whole system works. I've known this my entire life. I'm talking to a genius, bro. Like I said, I just told you, I just solved the mystery of Maserati Fox and how they did what they did to him. Like, can't be serious, man. Cannot be serious. Let's see what else here. Apparently, Briccbaby was in the McDonald's World Cup commercials as a kid. So he was probably a Mason. He had already sold his soul, right? As far as I'm concerned. What happened? I can't even read my own handwriting because I was trying to take this down quick. I don't know. 11 years old, Briccbaby's mother was investigated by the feds. She told him that she was possibly facing 40 years in prison, and she ended up doing 4 years in the feds. And there's something about Crenshaw and Jefferson. I think that's the other home that he went to was off of Crenshaw and Jefferson, or there was two homes he was bouncing around. You don't get how easy it is to figure out everything about y'all, man. I could find out anything about any of y'all. I could find out your entire life story in 2 seconds on the internet. The reason I don't is because you're irrelevant. That's the thing. People want attention, man. People are pathetic. Then he lost his brother. Briccbaby lost his brother. I think it was probably to an altercation, like always happens in the hood, right? He went to a boarding school. He met Eric Holder there. So the two snitches were in the snitch boarding school so that they can raise rats and mice, right? So the mice went to school together. Everything is a mixed message. They want to claim these fools are tough. He wants to portray that he's tough. They put videos with fake titles claiming he's a tough guy and he's so this and that. He came up in a boarding school. He was a snitch. He was friends with Eric Holder. Their names are based off the fact that they're horrible people and they're no good. And nobody wants to deal with them or be around them. This is the truth. I have it all right here. Eric Holder was addicted to meth. Found that out. Then they start bringing up Atlanta. Those are two totally different places. I don't understand how that has to do. Like, is he from LA or Atlanta? Like, which is it? It ain't making no sense. Like, which one are we talking about? But apparently he went to Atlanta. He did like 30 days in juvenile hall or something. He ended up getting older. He went to Clark University in Atlanta. That's why. So he went to college in Atlanta because his plan was to sell you know what to all the students so he could have a client base on, you know, on clock all the time, right? He got caught mailing 35 pounds of weed to a female student's dorm room. Okay, he got criminal charges pressed on him. And then after that, so he went to jail or prison for that. Then he got out, and then somebody tagged him, and then he was handicapped for a while. He got tagged in the tailbone, and he was handicapped. This is Briccbaby. And this is what I knew his story would be. I knew his story would be that of a complete coward and a rat. And this is all of them. If you go to Minneapolis, the dudes that run the shelters, tell me when I'm lying. I was in the shelter up there. Y'all know exactly where I was at, right? The dudes who run the shelters, they're all like handicapped. And then they all swear up and down like, oh, they're gangsters. Like some of them, I give them credit. They probably were, but a lot of them weren't. They were victims. It's not gangster to run around and you're now handicapped and crippled and say, I was a gangster. No, you were a victim. You see the point? We have different schools of thought. My school of thought, if something like that happens, you're a victim. I've never been a victim, ever. If I'm a victim, it's because of some online stuff or behind my back. It's just technicalities that I'm a victim. I've never been a victim and no straight up stuff. You see what I'm saying? And anything can happen with anybody. Don't get me wrong when it comes to stuff like that. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you notice, all that type of stuff always happens to them. Because I'm going to tell you something. If people fear and respect you to the right capacity, they're not going to do any of that. They're not. Because they know better. You understand? Because people who real, they don't talk about it. You already know that they're not going to put up with nothing. People don't have to speak it who really tough. That's why these fools online will never relate because y'all are too busy talking tough online. I'm living it all. While you talk and run your mouth, I go out on the street with a bulletproof vest and 18 gauge steel armor and get busy with my bare hands. You sit online all day hiding and talking. I'm a real man. What are you? We have nothing in common. See what I'm saying? You don't know what I do. You don't know how my day goes. You have no idea what I run across. You have no idea how much I've accomplished in the street. You understand? Like I said, I've got more accomplished and more done than every agency combined. There's an ant on me. There you go. Goodbye. So long, ant. People need to wake up, man. I'm not on here to pretend with nobody. People know who I am. I don't need to come on YouTube and explain it. All these people know who I am. You're like everybody in the public. People know about me. People know reality. So Briccbaby was on high alert after that because he got tagged in his tailbone. No, no, no. I'm Briccbaby. Oh, no, not there. Please, Elmo. Oh. So he was on high alert. Apparently, he went back to Atlanta. What a coward. So he ran after he got tagged. Just like, well, I don't really want to go there, but I was going to say just like Steez. Steez got ran out of Chicago because he got tagged in his shoulder. Y'all know what tagged means, right? He got tagged in his shoulder. It's the truth. Steve got ran out of Chicago. That's why he lived in DeKalb with Big B, with Big Bridget, right? Because he got tagged in Chicago in his shoulder and he got ran out the city. He was banned from Chicago, basically. Not because of Clifton Rainey Buns died. He was banned from Chicago by actual gang members. Hey, give me that for Steve's, please, Andy. Can you type that? Because it's all nothing but love for Steve's, for Leon's, for Styles. I'm not talking down. I'm just saying a relevant fact that a lot of these dudes have a lot of things in common. I would never try to paint Styles in a bad light, man. I had nothing but love for Styles. Like I said, he did nothing but try to say negativity and put me in a bad light, and I still say nothing but, you know, truth and positivity. But I have to say the truth, and it's relevant to what I'm talking about. So I'm going to. I don't care who likes it. But can you give me one of those for him, please? For Steve's, you could just say that for Steve's, or for Lee Owens or Styles. Again, my condolences to Big B. I have nothing but love for Styles, man. Always did. You know, it's hard for me, man. I still go to his channel, the Network TV channel, and I still have it subscribed. And sometimes I find myself, you know, that's how it is. You find yourself wanting to click it, thinking there's going to be a live, you know, and obviously, you know, now there can't be any more lives. I'm the one that's sad about it. And like I said, Buns, you had a lot to do with that, and you have to worry about federal charges for that, and then all that other crazy stuff that you got caught doing, right? With your own family and everything, bro. You got a lot of legal trouble in your future, brother. You can't run from it. Everybody knows. hmm Let's see. Oh, and for those who don't know, that's the channel Real Game Radio on YouTube. Yeah, that fool. He's committed a ton of crimes. He's one of the people who gang stalks me, and he tries to do fake shows to paint himself like he hasn't done all these crimes. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, I have Big U's name down again. Big U is the center of a lot of stuff. It's basically the first order of business that you have to get understood, right? And then Jeezy, I believe, snitched on Big Meech. I've always believed that. I found a video stating that, but video titles can be changed to whatever and manipulated and made up. But I've always believed that Jeezy snitched on Big Meech. And that's what I'm saying is BMF was not some kind of gangster mob organization that ran the streets. BMF was a federally organized organization that worked for your government. That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the premise that I'm bringing to the table here is bigger than anyone has ever done because I'm not only telling you who the characters and players are in this game, but I'm telling you I'm Batman and my career is stopping all these fools, stopping them from everything they're doing and shutting down their illegal organizations and their gang activity. Yeah, that's what Batman does. People can say what they want, but there's nothing anyone can do about it. It's what I've been doing my entire life because I'm just the street dude. Like I said, if the CIA or feds wanted to hire like an undercover agent, I would be the best at it because it's what I've been doing my whole life. I've been in those situations. I've been in clubs with gangs that are asking me like, "Are you a cop?" Okay, like I've been in that, bro. I told y'all when I was younger. Like, remember when y'all kept trying to act like you was telling me something on here, and I told you, bro, I infiltrate gangs for a living, like for fun. It's just always been a natural component. It's just things that happen with me in my life. It's just the truth. It's not my choice. It's just situations. That's how it works out. I just live in my life, and that's how it goes. I just walk into the situation, and I'm just not the one apparently because I always tend to shut down their gangs or illegal organizations. I literally get them shut down, or I stop everything they're doing. I'm a boss, bro. I don't play games. I'm gonna always win, bro. Remy Ma, that name got brought up. You know, Remy Ma is a, you know what? She's like, she's like real life is not in cyberspace. Real talk, Tone Space's fake girlfriend. The one dude on Jimmy panel tried to give her credit and say, you know, she's a good woman. Good woman. Did you see how she demolished that vehicle of her ex boyfriend, the nerd? Sorry, but what? She's a good woman, but she was, I mean, literally, bro, my bat cycle has probably had less rides than that so-called female, that scooter, that town bike, village bicycle. But she's a good woman? Anybody who dates, claims to date, and manipulates and uses tone space and tries to get a car is a desperate addict who's just really needs a car. So she demolished the one because obviously he told her you can't have it, you can't drive it, and then she left him. She was with the Gaelic dude who's part of the cult of Tommy Sotomayor, right? Tommy Sotomayor is a cult leader. He'll be in prison for that soon. Don't worry about that. I guarantee you the feds are watching my program. I bet you every little thing that I say, I bet you they're like, oh, let me write. Mr. Sneed said another Jew. Like literally talk. I bet you anything that they watch and they're like, Mr. Sneed's on the case. Let me write that down here in my handy dandy jolly notepad here. Mr. Sneed knows everything. I guarantee you. I guarantee you anything that agencies are watching me live right now like that. This Sneed, he's a civilian, but he knows more than all of us. How the hell does he know all this? Because I'm the real dude, bro. I just know everything. I've been around. Like Tupac, I get around. You feel me? Are you still jealous because I have a real relationship? What does that mean? Anything? Whatever I do, we'll do it when we do it. What do you mean? Like Christina's gonna come here when she's ready. How is that saying anything? See, that's pretending. All right. Nice, Andy. It's all right. That's fine. We all have our mishaps. I'm just kidding. That's funny. Blue Da Vinci is another name that got brought up. I believe he's another federal informant and snitch. Personally, I think all of them are. Prison Industrial Complex is who runs all this. Like I said, you got Wack 100. I think he's a federal informant. He spoke and probably may be responsible, technically, allegedly, for the Big U indictment. Okay, that's like a guy who's wearing a wire. He doesn't have to wear a wire. All they do is snitch and tell. Adam 22, like you said, is a run and tell. Can you tell me who that was? The Cam Capone thing? Is his name Cam Capone, or is it two different guys? Who told me that earlier? I need to know that so I can go look that up because I'm gonna do some research on them and I'll do a blog and a show about them as well if they're like them because they're all snitches. I mean, I knew I couldn't stand Vlad TV. The minute Vlad TV came out, I already said, yeah, it's an informant. But the culture, the little homies in the hoods, they so ignorant and behind and slow and dumb, they don't even know that that's the case. And then he got AR indicted. Me and AR had fake beef for a while, like real beef. According to him, he acted like he was really mad. Like I didn't really have real beef, but I was just saying he's fake as hell. That boy is fake and out of shape. He's the Atkins diet. But my whole point is, he got AR indicted. Okay, somebody on here said Cam Capone or something. I'll look it up. I don't know if that's the name Cam Capone. I'll try to figure it out. But they said that he's another one who tells. I don't know if it's one person or two or what. You found quick launch. I don't care. Get off my screen. Thank you. All right. They're all just puppets, man. I mean, if you listen to this whole show, it literally will piece the whole puzzle together. They're all connected. And this ties into every Crip organization. I don't know why people type and say things. Don't ever tell me to get my facts straight when I have mine straight and you can't get yours straight. Okay? Blueface is not a real Crip. That the organization that if he claims to be with one of them, he's never around them. He's a Hollywood celebrity that just like Lil Wayne wanted to front like he was a blood, and then he was getting checked by 40, you know what? Remember? And then 40 had that incident with the game, and he filed the lawsuit for millions of dollars because he's smart. And what Game did was cowardly because he had dudes on 40, you know what, while he pretended that he was tough with him. That was some coward stuff. You grow up to find out all the people you looked up to or admired as a rapper and thought they were gangsters. They're all fake and they're all a bunch of snitches. And they do cowardly stuff where they set folks up instead of being real. Nobody does anything fair. You know, it's pathetic. Exactly. Thank you, Lonnie B. I actually appreciate that comment. That was a good comment. Doing nothing but misleading the youth. Exactly. And then they continue to mislead the youth and they funnel the youth into this direction that they've facilitated. It's like taking a rat. You notice the rat is a common theme here. You take the rat, you build the maze, and you adjust the maze to the perception of what you want to look like it's not a maze. So you put little trinkets, little beautiful purple wallpaper on the walls for the mouse, and he thinks he's not in a maze. And then you shape the maze to go exactly to prison. It's basically what they do with the youth and with everybody. And then they funnel everybody in by getting y'all to look up to these fools. There's girls right now who probably want to date Aaron the plumber. Why, I will never understand, but because the TV is a powerful tool. Because when you're brainwashed, whatever they filter and show you, you're going to like it. If they put me on the big screen, which I think is coming, you know how many women are going to lose their mind over me? It's already happening just from YouTube, bro. Like, I'm being honest with you. I have women like pulling up. I got moms taking videos. I got women like yelling Batman and they want like my autograph basically and whatever and want to talk to me. I just don't pay attention because I'm loyal and I love Christina and that's all I want and all I need. I blow them off. I don't care. I'm like, whatever. But I'm telling you the truth. Whatever's put on your TV, people are brainwashed. That's why I don't respect so-called women because, you know, it'd be one thing if you had, I mean, it won't matter at all in my situation, but I'm saying in entirety of reality, it'd be one thing if you had standards and taste and you could see reality. But when you're saying women can't act like they can't think, I just don't buy that. See, that's the thing. Like, y'all are robots now. Y'all ain't women. So that's a joke. Like, who wants a robot? You want a woman. I got me a woman. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, most so-called women walking around, they're like robots, bro. They like AI. They can't think for themselves. There's no excuse for that. A woman should be looking for a good-looking man. She should be looking for someone she actually is attracted to and wants to be with, and that's it. The money and all that, that comes later. You got to be down for the downhaul. You got to be willing to be with someone in the tough time and the rough time. I'm with Christina no matter what. We ain't got money like that right now at all. We don't have like any money, but we're together and we're happy. So before y'all try to tell me something, worry about you. Feel me? Y'all got to get it together. Feel me? But that's exactly what they do. They continue to mislead the youth. They continue to funnel the youth into what? Prison, because it's a prison industrial complex. I'm telling you, all that money that they make off of our heads when we go to jail and prison, off of the people, when they make the rap music to encourage us to do what? Commit crimes and do crazy stuff, and all of them are popping pills and make it rain with money, and they teach you not to save, to throw away money. All of that is designed because guess what money pays for Takashi 69's budget to film his rap videos, his clothes, his fake jewelry. He just got raided too, and they took everything from him, in case y'all ain't know. And I told you that none of them own anything. He just lost all of it. That fake shark chain, all that fake stuff that's doesn't not worth anything. It's worth zilt jack. The feds just took all of it, requisitioned all of it, acquisitioned every bit of it. He has nothing. So what are you talking about? It happens to every celebrity. I told you they live off a black card. Everything is borrowed for them and their own. They're puppets. They're in somebody's pocket. That kind of hurt. What the hell kind of bug was that? Something got me. Or I got it. Both. We got each other. It's you or me. I don't know what it was. Hopefully I'll be all right. All right. But yeah, Wack100 supposedly has a warrant out for his arrest right now because Aaron the plumber went and snitched on him because Wack100 was running his mouth too much as usual and put out some kind of paperwork that Aaron the plumber didn't want out about him because he's always on these shows running his mouth, gossiping like a girl, like a female. Um, Apparently, Wack100 though runs around trying to extort folks, and he was making actual, you know what, illegal statements like what these people try to make towards me, that it's all checks that they can't cash, it's all nonsense. They're not capable of any of that, and most of their illegal statements is coward tactics that they use, and they're trying to cover it up like it's not a crime because of that, but it actually is. It's still the same thing. It's an illegal statement, and you've made a million of them, and I've never made one. So you can't put words in my mouth no more. You can't say I did things I've done. No, never happened. But you have made a million of them, and they're all going to be used against you in court. Enjoy prison, sweetheart. So, like I said, I mean, it just is what it is. Then you got the yellow beezy. He's looking at the you know what penalty. He's in there for capital you know what, highest crime you can commit, basically. He's looking at the you know what penalty, possibly. But yet, because he's a federal snitch and informant, they lowered his bail to $750,000. Think about that. I get that you're a product of your environment. I know how Dallas is, man. Like I said, I came all through Dallas, but that's the reason why when whoever said that earlier, you're pretty with it and smart when he said it gets easier. It gets easier, and it's not that it's easy. None of it's easy, but it's just the dudes in the streets are just slow. They're easily manipulated. It's the truth. Look at what happened when I went to the shelter. I stayed at the bridge. It's one of the most toughest shelters. It's worse than prisons. The bridge in Dallas. Look at what happened out there with me. Look how smart I am. I was literally able to hustle in there. I had the nicest shoes, jewelry, change, cash in my pocket. Like I had dudes get mad. The big dudes. I had big diesel dudes getting mad saying, I'll do this and that. And I was like, go ahead, do something. Ain't do nothing. Tried all of them in there. Like that, the white boy. Dallas is predominantly what? I went in there, the white boy backed them all down, hustle, like made all the money. I had one dude walk up to me, he said, hey, yo, those are my shoes or this guy's shoes. You're going to have to take them off. I said, I was sitting down. I looked right at him. I said, well, they're not coming off. So what you want to do? And the boy just sat there like, oh, and had to walk away. Yeah, we get busy over here, bro. I'm the real deal, bro. You understand? Like what you heard, you know how much woofing they would do in the mornings in them little lobbies and stuff. I'm trying to just sit down, lay down, and wasn't even worried about it. And they sitting there, oh blah blah this white boy. You know how discriminate they are in Dallas. Blah blah this. Oh, why you muttering under your breath, white boy? I said I'm not. I'm telling you what it is. Like what's up? Like bro, I was getting into it in the bridge. You know the type of stuff I've seen happen in the bridge. You wouldn't want to see it. No, what? That's everyday occurrence. I seen it right in front of me, bro. I seen dudes get into it and get busy right in front of me. What are you talking about, bro? I'm a household name, bro, in the streets. People know me. That's the thing. I'm not some dude that I'm running away from people and I'm hiding and like, nah, bro. Like you understand, you get to a certain level. I'm 35 that you just got to be smart. That's why we do it with the Batman thing. We still be smart about our decisions. Batman ain't running around being reckless and doing crazy stuff and bullying folks. That's not legal. You can't do that. I don't care who you are. You still got to follow the law. You laugh. What part are you laughing at that I told them they ain't coming off? I was never no regular dude. I'm a street gangster. I was never no nice guy. I was the tough Billy white boy everywhere I went. Right in Dallas in the bridge. Go look it up. It's right there next to downtown near Deep Ellum. I slept under the bridge right behind it, on the left of it. I used to walk to Deep Ellum. What? Bro, I used to walk to Deep Ellum, go drink and get drunk and go sleep under the bridge right there. I'm a street dude. That's what these people don't get. I can be anything I want in life. Like, talk about you scared of something. A dude who does that ain't scared of nothing, clearly, because Dallas is one of the most unsafe cities on the planet. Right. I do speak real, real facts, of course, because I live this. I am a dude who I've been in several homeless places, homeless shelters. I've been in and out of jails. I've been in and out of cop cars a million times. Yeah, I lived the real deal, bro. What? Bro, you people don't even know this stuff, bro. I had to run from a whole staff of Publix from in Florida. My Timberlands came off and I was running on my bare feet. I outran the whole staff and got caught in the next neighborhood. And they was like, apologize. I said, no, I'm not apologizing. I'm hungry. What? For $1.25 worth of chicken breast. Real talk. I was trying to survive out there. They said apologize. I said apologize for being hungry and wanting to eat. The whole staff came after me like it was like Pirates of the Caribbean with Johnny Depp. People act like I ain't never been in anything. What? In Tarpon Springs, I told a cop my name was R.L. Stine, the author of Goosebumps, when I was in high school. Okay, this white boy here is a thug. What? This white boy here gets himself into a lot. Don't you get it twisted. Okay, I'm like Easy E. I'm not no Dr. Dre. All right, like no, I've been in a lot of stuff. That's why people love me and respect me now because they look at me and they're like, he's grown up and he has a good attitude and he doesn't cause any trouble. He does nothing but good positive things. Like I'm what people should aspire to be. All these troublesome youth and people like that, they're supposed to want to end up the way I am because I could have gone a whole other direction. That's not gangsta. Ain't nothing gangsta about being badly influenced and going the wrong direction and and everything. I've been in all sorts of stuff, bro. You know how many like, bro? I can't even begin to explain to you how many altercations I've been in. Like what? Sixth Street, I run, bro. The toughest dudes on Sixth Street, bro. They walk up behind my back and pat me on the back, like, "What up?" After we just argued like yesterday, and I had to back them down and tell them, "I don't care about this job. I run these streets. Like I'm nuts when it comes to this." And homeboy goes up behind me after I already backed him down, and he was literally trying everyone at the bar. And I think they sent him. I think they hired him to do that or something. I think they were trying to pay him under the table. And he came up behind me and pats me on the back like, "Yo, what up?" to give me depth because he know better. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what I'm saying. These are tough, big dudes. That dude was an ex-football player, huge guy. Like dudes are a lot of mouth, dog. That's what people don't understand. Like if you watch my videos, bro, you'll see my hands. You really think that anybody thinks they can compete with me? If they know anything about that, about how quick I can move, you really think I'm that worried about anybody in the street anywhere I go? If you watch my videos and look at my hand speed, you really think I'm scared? That's why I'm not scared. It's not about that I don't have fears. Oh, I do. Think anything could happen to me too. I'm not, like it could happen, but I've been facing that every day my entire life, so I get an adrenaline rush out of it. I like that stuff. I want to test things. I look at everything as a challenge. I'm just being honest. I try to not be like that all the time because I have a future and I want to make sure I'm around for Christina. You think I don't know what I'm looking at and facing? What I do for a career is not safe at all. What I do for a career right now, like the Batman thing, it's not safe. It's the most unsafe career you could have. It's more unsafe than working for any agency. Well, I'm calling everyone out, bro. I'm calling out cartel. I'm calling out every gang. I'm calling out, but this is how I live and what I want to do because it makes sense because I can. So when you hold your own in the streets this long and you stand up to everyone, and I'm 35, so now it's easy for me because now I'm just the big bad white man that everybody fears. and you're an immortal vampire, and God got you and tells you you're immortal, you gonna be all right. I'm gonna get you through it. Don't be afraid of none of them. Don't back down, like my father told me. What do I have to fear if I am fear itself? See what I'm saying? I'm not scared because I look at it all as a challenge. I imagine the worst things, like my worst fears coming true, and I want to conquer them. It doesn't make me feel like, oh, I don't want to do that. It makes me mad. It makes me want to challenge those fears. That's just my personality. I know, I'm sure Christina knows at this point. She's watched me long enough. But I try to be smart, number one, because there's rules, and number two, because I want to have a future and I want to have my beautiful future with Christina that I earned and did all this for, man. I've been through hell, bro. For me to even look this nice and this good without a scratch on me, that's impressive, man. I'm telling you, I'm the most thorough street dude in the world. I'm not talking. I'm being honest. I've put more work in the street than anybody you'll find. Y'all talk about people like Larry Hoover. I've made and spent way more money than Larry Hoover, and I've gotten it in the street way more than Larry Hoover. Larry Hoover was nothing compared to me. Just being honest, all these fools that y'all think are tough, nah. If you compared us in the street, it's just honesty. Nobody would win with me. It's just honest. If we cross paths, everybody would lose. Everybody know that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a monster, bro. I'm an actual monster. I'm the Batman. I got the soul of a bat. I can't believe y'all haven't talked about that and like zoomed in on the videos and seen the spirit of a bat in my eyes, bro. I can see it. It's real. I'm an actual monster. I'm just being honest with you. Like I when I was doing, I felt it a little bit in Austin when I was going through that transition. That's why I made that whole Skeleton King. That thing was real. That whole concept was real. It was happening a little, but I went through an actual transformation. Now I'm telling you, I'm a monster. Like I'm not no human being. I'm an actual monster. So you know, I look cute. I want to portray and act like I'm normal and act like I'm a human being with y'all, but I ain't. I have one function, which is to be the immortal vampire, like something that you have in a dungeon that you let out the cage every now and then, and all it wants to do is eat. It's what God told me word for word. It said, I listened to the video yesterday, last night. It was telling me, it said, nah, this spirit that woke up inside of you, the old you is gone. It told me a million times. It said, this spirit inside of you, this thing is hungry. And I can feel it. Like I understand what it's saying. So, it is what it is. People could say what they want. Like I'm not saying nothing crazy, but I think you can figure it out. Like when I'm in these streets, bro, I'm a problem, bro. Like it's a monster unleashed. It ain't no human. You're talking about an immortal vampire. You're talking about absolute savage that ain't doing no talking. Spirit of a bat. Ain't nobody gonna deal with that. Don't nobody want those problems, bro. A bat that can't be stopped, that don't care about nothing, don't care about laws, don't care about remorse, don't care about compassion, for sure don't care about you or how you feel. You think anybody want those problems? They don't want to deal with that, bro. I don't know what that means, bro. No, it's not. So you just be saying things to Sam because you make a fake account. Man, you must really be in your feelings over there. Right. My hair is beautiful. I'm sorry, but what? Bro, my people don't get hair like that. That's why you see how it's wavy. What you talking about? I don't have insecurities like you. You talking about yours? I know yours is like that, bro. My hair is beautiful. What are you talking about? My hair is perfect. My hair just like Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt got the same type of hair. Real talk. Go look it up. Christina got hair just like me too. Beautiful. Look at that. Look how quick I clean up. Look at it. What you talking about, boy? You talking about Willis? I'm Bruce Wayne. What? They mad as hell over there. Yeah, your little snide remarks don't do anything for me, man. I just know that nobody would ever talk to me like that. Nobody. He's a coward. But you get what I'm saying? Who was I talking to? To Lonnie. I'm being real with you, man. Like, what? This is what I do for a living, bro. Like, we're gonna be in Chicago. Christina's negotiating. We looking at a guaranteed 6.8 million. She said we looking at possibly 30 to 50 million dollars. You talking about a whole animal monster bat in a human, a Batman. Okay, that's what y'all don't get. Y'all keep thinking Batman is some guy with a suit on. No, Batman is a spirit of a bat in a man. A bat. Bats eat fruit. Bats have fangs. Bats are immortal. Or so the story tells, right? Batman is immortal. right? Bats fly. Y'all want to act like it's fake? Oh man, I can't wait to get shot down. Oh goodness. I can't wait till we get this show on the road. I really see that's the thing. These people have been running their mouth so much long. I honestly can't wait to just show the world just a little bit of who I really am. Because I've been holding it back for decades. I ain't even shown y'all nothing yet. I'm still operating off 10% of my capacity. God told me 10%. I got 90% to tap into. And I'm lifting and doing strength feats no one can do. What? I'm just saying, you run into a dude in the street, you think a dude in the street trains like me? No. You think realistically, you think I never underestimate or think that I never underestimate anyone. That's a mistake you never make. But and I don't think anything's not possible. But do you really think it's likely I'm going to come across somebody that's at my level in the street? Not often. And if they are, they're probably going to be pretty smart too. So we would probably just talk to each other and that's it. Because you'd have to be smart to get to this point. I know because I had to be. See, that's why when these people get on the internet and they swear up and down, oh, I'm gangsta and I'm this and that. No, you just don't value anything. You don't value yourself. So you carry your baggage onto YouTube and then you want to talk like something you're not. And you have no concept of who you're talking to and how real things are and how real they are. So you're just, basically, I don't know, trying to create hot water and run your mouth. And that's all fake. You know what I mean? It's not the people on YouTube that are gangsters. They're not who you have to worry about. You got to worry about people like me who's quiet and lonely a lot. Those are the worst ones. They quiet and they lonely a lot. That's me. Those are the ones you got to worry about. You got to worry about the ones that don't talk much. I talk a lot on here because I do radio, but I'm not a talker. I'm very quiet. In the street, I'm very unapproachable. I would never let nobody start no internet games acting like I'm approachable all of a sudden. Like I'm the mob. Who's approaching the mob? Much less, oh, it's funny. There's nobody doing that. Nobody's done that yet. Ain't nobody approached me yet. Anybody who did was on some fake stuff and they were scared because they knew reality and had some concept of who they was talking to, right? And they came polite and then they paid for my meal. According to Red Pill, they took me out on a dinner date, right? Come on, bro. Get off of me, mosquito. Don't you know I'm the mom mosquito? Let's see here. So Yellow Beezy, in his broke, pathetic conniption fit and desperation, he sold everything to try to make bail and prepare for trial. Did you all know that? Your rappers continue to decline and go down the tubes. Name one rapper that hasn't suffered the worst fate known to man. You got Young Dolph. Young Dro was a coward. He was sitting there messing with Young Mozzie because Young Mozzie was actually trying to build a career. Or he might have had cars on payments and it was all fake and he was involved in a bunch of illegal activity. How do you think Young Mozzie was doing any of that and doing all that drug activity he was clearly doing because the government was backing him, in my opinion? What? That's why he's like, oh, we real. We listen, you not real, you backed by the feds. You a snitch. It's basically a game of a whole bunch of snitches, and then it's snitches trying to act like they gangster with other snitches. But see, real gangsters just look at all the snitches and laugh and say, "All of y'all some cowards, and ain't nobody gonna do nothing about it. I'm gonna tell you what it is, laugh at you, and then I'm gonna make money for talking about you." That's my position. That's the pecking order. That's how the streets really work. You want to know what's the most gangster thing you can do? Monopolize the streets and coin the streets and make money off the streets for the rest of your life, and not even have to be in them if you didn't want to. That's gangster. You understand? You can't do that unless you've been through and paid your dues and earned your stripes in the street. You can't just take some soft white boy Justin Bieber and have him walk out there and say, he's urban now. That's what they try to do with fools like that. Now he's ghetto. We're going to have him play some basketball. You're going to shoot this basketball, Jimmy, Justin. And now you're no longer a white boy, Justin. You get a pass. Can I say that word that they tell me not to say now? Sure, but at your own risk, Justin. Now, you probably should. That's probably not a good idea. I don't think you're quite built to that capacity yet. Just maybe lift some more weights. Little homies be acting like that, like they be tripping on who? They didn't trip on me in Minneapolis, bro. There was dudes getting on the ground, getting busy right here, bro, in front of me. We're on cots, and I'm in the little housing thing, not housing, like shelter, like overnight shelter in the middle of a bunch of blanket of snow. I walked all up and down those blocks exploring, went to the bars just to talk, look around. I was exploring, looking around. The dudes in the shelter were all built like they half of them were fresh out of prison. They wasn't letting nothing slide in there. Like an old man ran his mouth. He was like, "Nah, it's got to go down." Like every day. That was a different shelter too, because I had to move around. That was like a rescue mission. I forget why, but there was some reason why I moved around. It was better for me, or I was coming back maybe to Minneapolis, so I had to do that for a little. I was probably exploring the resources, seeing is this better than the other place. Y'all wanna pretend you're tough on here? Go spend a night at one of these shelters, and like I wish you could, honestly wish that you could film it and show me. That would impress me. Go spend a night at the Arch. Boy, what? That's tough. Go spend a night at the bridge and walk to the stew pot. That's all you got to do. Just walk to the stew pot. Talk about tough. You know the type of stuff that goes down on that street where the stew pot is in Dallas? You can look all this up. Public addresses. The bridge. There's a place called the stew pot on the side of it. You got to walk down the block. You got to make like a right turn. You go in the back, unless they set up things differently or renovated or restructured Dallas. What? You got a block right here, a whole nother building in front of the bridge. They're all right there. There's all sorts of stuff going down right there. I'm talking next to like abandoned brick buildings with wood on them and nails. And oh no, Dallas is rough. I had beef with actual Bloods in Dallas. Just one of them. He just claimed to be a Blood. He wasn't a real Blood. He thought he was a real Blood. See, the thing is, all of y'all are false flagging. That's why it's the title of the show. None of you are actual real gang members because all the gangs are soft. None of them are real. If you were real, you would have not have tolerated Takashi 69, the act that he did that was illegal and disgusting, or his snitching. If you were real, all these rules would have been enforced. If you were real, we would know, trust me. And if you're real, you wouldn't be online making illegal statements about what you're going to do that's all cowardly, because real gangsters just stand up with their own two hands and square up and have something called a fade. When's the last time you ever heard of a fade being run? Never. Because you boys can't do it. You don't know how to squabble. You have no hands. Gangs were found on original intent. There was all that stuff you talking about, that coward stuff that y'all use. That's some coward stuff, like Chirac and all that. I'm a Chirac and I'm ignorant. Yeah, that's some soft stuff. The original intent, they stood up with their hands as a man, and it was an environment based off respect. And that's how it was when Rosemo 700 was around. Shout out to Rosemo. Rosemo is who defeated Bosco, made him look silly in the streets. He owned that boy. Y'all made Bosco a fake celebrity for the youth to mislead them, a snitch. We lost Rosemo 700 probably because of Bosco, and who else? The feds, because I think the feds worked with Bosco and to take out Rosemo 700. Y'all just hate real, you know what? Real humans, real men, real gangsters. Y'all want to get rid of all the real. You ain't never gonna do it. Never. You just have to wait until we all just go through old age. Because real ain't going nowhere. I represent the real, bro. I'm not just talking, man. People know what it is with me, man. I'm telling you, don't even start with me, bro. Y'all better not play with me, man. Don't play with me. Try to get me on these interviews and start getting me talking and acting like I'm some up and coming dude, bro. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna play that. I say I don't let people play with me. They let them play with them. You ain't gonna play with me. Y'all don't run this game. I do. I'll tell you how it goes. I'll walk into your building, into your office, into your interview, and tell you how it's gonna go. You don't tell me nothing. I'm the mob. We do what we want to do. See, that's the difference. Folks can't just run their mouth. If I did an interview and then homeboy's running his mouth at the radio station, right? Common sense. I address everybody direct. See the point? We just built different, bro. We different. You ain't never seen somebody do that. Who you seen do an interview on one of those places like any of them, Adam 22 or anything, do an interview and then roll back and drive back to the place and come G check someone like, what did you just say? Ain't never happened. Because ain't none of them built like that. Everything y'all talking about is fake. What are you talking about? Your whole subculture is fake. That's why you have them trolls like Groovy Jimmy, some clown. That bull's a fool, bro. You ain't been in the street ever, bro. The advice that one white dude was giving you, you should listen to, bro. Because you just piss me off. A little dude like you, a little 3 foot tall dude, you look like a little gremlin, like a little lawn gnome. He got something wrong with him. He on camera. I did you. You talking to the OG vet Tyree Sneed, bro. I don't only run the streets. I run YouTube and run this whole game. What? You supposed to be someone? You're going to sit here and act? And you think I care? I don't care. Because guess what? The gangsters don't get in their feelings. I don't care what that little scrub do. You don't want to pay homage on the internet? That's fine. Feel what I'm saying? That's some internet stuff. That's what dudes like him do. Feel me? That's fine, bro. I mean, you could type whatever you want. I mean, you just repeating nonsense. Everything's been addressed. That's supposed to get a reaction. So that's what I'm saying, bro. I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, number one, I got a better question for you. Why are you still talking? Like, nobody normal does that, just as the same people just repeat nonsense and just sit there all day. I'm going to type nonsense. Like, what's that got to do with anything I'm talking about? We over here talking about topics, bro. We going to have fun right in front of your face. You don't like it? I mean, be miserable on your own. I don't know what to tell you, bro. I ain't hearing nothing you talking about. So he sold everything to make bail and prepare for trial. Everything. Then the baby daddy of the chick that Wack100 was, or no, that Mo3 was with, they think that that's who Running told or something with these other situations that have transpired. Let's see. There's possible transactions on a cell phone, they believe, with Yellow Beezy, but again, that's going to be hard to prove. They're like, oh, you withdrew this amount of money. I mean, not really. If they have damning evidence, if they've got substantial evidence against him, and then they look at the bank account and it says, oh, he withdrew $40,000, something like that. I don't forget what he paid. He paid something, but he paid the dude for whatever, for what happened with Mo3. That's what he's being accused of, and I'm thinking he's already found guilty, possibly. I'm not sure, but I think everybody kind of knows he did it allegedly. You know, um, so when they say the case sounds kind of wishy-washy, faulty, I don't agree with that. I don't think so. But how many convictions have they actually made? They were supposed to convict NBA YoungBoy. Now they're saying Trump pardoned him. Is that true? Bro, I mean, that's an act of you know what. That's Trump declaring an act of you know what on Americans, like everything else he's doing. He's not our friend. I mean, are you serious? If you're releasing prisoners that should be doing life in prison, like NBA YoungBoy, I mean, that's an act of you know what. I mean, like, no, we can't put up with that. No, we got to stand up, bro. Like, nah, bro. Like, y'all can't just do whatever you want willy nilly. I don't care if you're the president or not. It don't work like that. See what I'm saying? But I ain't worried. Oh, you're mad. Oh, hey, can you paint your comment a little bit cuter? Just make your comment a little more cuter. They over there, they putting bulletin boards around their comment. Oh, let me try to decorate it. Maybe it'll bother them. I know you jealous. I know you jealous of Christina. I get it, honey. I get that you want to get with me. I know. I understand. I understand, but it's all good. I'm okay. You understand? I don't do chicken legs. I'm sorry. I just don't do it. You understand? It's not my fault that you're still in dilapidated circumstances and you're homeless. It's not my fault that you still owe me $10. Can I get my money back, please? Because you was begging for that $10 just like you didn't eat the breakfast I paid for when you literally looked like you needed some food. I'm on your skin and bones. You gotta eat. It's ridiculous. I got Taco Bell. You didn't have to do that. Don't do that. Like, is it a crime for you to eat? I mean, like, act like it's the worst thing ever. Oh goodness, food? I've never heard of that. Yeah, that's why you look like you look. Like you look like you need to be on a Ethiopian model magazine right now. Like what? You look like one of them ads on TV where they try to elicit sympathy. Like I said, whoever your future relation joke because you don't have relationships is they're gonna go to the parties, the local parties. Yeah, she's not much of a looker, but she's a hell of a troll online. That chicken leg, she's cheap, she's affordable, she doesn't eat much, and she's quiet when I tell her. She's too busy stalking Tyree online, so I really don't have to worry about the broad. Oh, hilarious. It's very low management. They say most broads are high maintenance. Maintenance. Well, you can see here clearly that this one here is low maintenance. Requires no maintenance. And like literally, bro, you was out there in Houston trying to sell yourself literally. Trying to market yourself literally. You got the Don Dada in front of you, and you're that slow that you were selling yourself literally. That's crazy. You was trying to make a living off Craigslist. Your own sister was pimping you out. The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Like, oh my goodness, isn't it ironic? Isn't it ironic that what happened with that chandelier or small clock when, like, the Hunchback of Notre Dame lived in a clock house? Like, what? He lived in a watchtower and a clock tower with bells and stuff. You know what them bells symbolize too, right? Bells run off demons. They used them in Tartaria. I think that's why they had these conflicts to try to destroy all the old structures and buildings that were built in Tartaria. They had all this technology that we don't have. We're light years ahead of us. The other name that got brought up in this is L.A. Reid, another dude that I want to figure out who the hell he is because I've heard his name millions of times in the midst of different things. And I have a feeling, I don't have a feeling, I know they're all snitches, but that's another informant. And Yellow Beezy has apparently been tagged about 7 or 8 times. So he's probably very paranoid. It's not an excuse. I mean, that's the deal, just, using I have to survive as an excuse doesn't work. That's why these people get online. They try to apply fake pressure and pretend they're pressing you online because they're cowards. They think that they're manipulating the legal system because they're trying to get cute with everybody and play them close. And basically, they're trying to manipulate, extort, and blackmail everybody. And it just doesn't work like that. You're just going to land yourself in prison repeatedly. And if you check your record and your history, that's exactly what's happened. You people have no power. That stuff doesn't work on gangsters. So, like I said, you might as well give it up. You want to continue to be my guest. As you see, we've had another successful show here. Was that a plane or a bird? Or was it Superman? Right? But, like I said, we've had another successful show here. I'll continue to get pissed, right? I keep on doing my thing, man. I want to have some shows with some guests, but I mean, y'all keep sending agents, so I can't do it because I'm not going to waste the whole good entirety of the show. So we'll probably do like guest panels right away so we can filter. And if I have to start it over, I'll start it over and then we'll just give it up. But we'll do the best we can. But we're going to have an open chat here, bro. I don't care how nobody feels like just because old grannies are mad. I'm telling you, you're about to get arrested. I'm letting you know right now. It's another Nostradamus prediction I'm making right now because the download told me. The download said the feds are about to arrest the grandma. Yeah, the one that's been bothering me across state lines forever and came over here today, and I have that documented too. So, like I said, you think that the feds don't watch my program? I'm sure they do. I don't talk to them. I'm not a snitch. I don't talk to nobody, no agencies. I have nothing to do with the law, nothing like that. I'm just me, bro. I'm just living my life. All I want to do is be able to do things unabridged and leave me alone. But I'm always stand up for that. People got to leave me alone, bro. I'm not going to be bothered. Be bothering me. You know what I mean? You understand? These people are criminals. They need to be locked up, and everything they do is wrong. You feel me? But yeah, I got the documentation on YouTube, Groovy Jimmy, of that stuff, that thing you keep pulling out for every live stream picture you take. I got that all documented, bro, with your little weird face. Like I got all that. You showing your true mania. You looking at Arkham Asylum. That's right. Yeah, because they're gonna do a mental eval. Yep. And you part of the Red Triangles now. You considered it because you wanted to play games on the panel. You see how serious it is? You never know who's who, brother. See what I'm saying? See, you don't get it. I'm somebody you can't disrespect. My get back is real direct, and there's a lot of ways to have get back. I just got mine with you. See, because you're gonna be in prison because of me, because you didn't want to just be respectful and act like a normal person. See what I'm saying? Oh, and we know about that jug too, that gallon jug you got that you building, you know what's. And that little Section 8 that you live in, right? That your mommy or granny pays for, right? We know about that too. And you know what? That's illegal. And you admitted it on camera. You've admitted to tons of felonies on your show, Groovy Jimmy. You keeping it groovy? You keeping it so groovy, you're going to groove yourself right to prison. That's where you going. I can guarantee it. And you're not ready for prison. All that fake stuff and fake talking you do and all that, it ain't going to work in prison, bro. It ain't. You know what I mean? It might fly for a little while because they all fake and they all little homies like you and they all lost and disgruntled and a bunch of cowards. But all that fake stuff, it just ain't gonna work, man. And why did you do your live with a picture of you with your fist up like you was tough? You ain't got no hands. Bro, we offered you to come down here and train, bro. Ain't nobody scared of your little 3 foot tall self, bro. What's up? Huh? You sure get on camera and talk greasy a lot. What's good? Huh? That's what I want to know. Nothing, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people don't respect people who hide online and talk on cameras, bro. We offered you to do the training, bro, and you still ain't come do the training. I still told you, I even said there's no hard feelings. There ain't. You indicting yourself is your own business. Like, I'll still do the training for you, but you ain't gonna do no boxing match because you a coward. I know it's all fake because you a troll. I already figured you out day one. What? Like, you think all that stuff cute? Running your mouth. Running your mouth to gangsters. What? Talking all this rah stuff about what you gonna do. You ain't gonna do nothing. That's what you're gonna do. I assure you that. You're nobody. You're nobody, bro. You ain't nobody in this game. You nobody in the streets. Just be quiet. Keep my name out your mouth. I'm not them YouTubers. Feel that, cuzzy? Like I said, any way you feel, bro. Like I said, what's up? What's good? I don't talk online, homie. Feel me? You got something to say it right in front of me. You coward. Little chump. What you talking about? I'll talk to you any way I want. In front of you. Feel what I'm saying? So like I said, you want to do the training? Huh? I thought you was gangster. I thought you was G'd up, right? All 3 feet of you. Huh? Where's that at? Oh, that's what I thought. He don't want to do the training, y'all, because he's scared of Batman. But he wanted to train with that lame weirdo, right? Who literally put 3 police reports on a coward tone space, right? And the other one he filed for a restraining order on the fake girlfriend. Real life is known in cyberspace, and that's who he hang out with. And then he want to kiss up to Janet the Gremlin, who couldn't even hold on to Rob Rack, or more, Rob Rack couldn't hold on to her. And then supposedly, I think she paid for a hotel for him for a month, which was like a couple of G's of her illegal, you know what money. That she needs to be arrested for all the illegal activity she does. She's out there in Pittsburgh somewhere. We found that out years ago when Mr. Unknown was running his mouth and snitched on her on himself, or she did, right? I know everything I need to know, brother. That's another one. The Janet chick, she's looking at prison time too. That's part of the Red Triangle. They gonna investigate all that. How you be making all that illegal money? You keep bragging about, oh, I got bread, I got money. Like, she's got to be affiliated with some kind of criminal organization. I'm telling you right now, she's affiliated with some gang or something. Real talk. Like, nah, that one, she's affiliated with something. She's making money somehow. She ain't doing nothing for it. I think somebody's giving it to her. You understand? But like I said, when this federal lawsuit get filed, oh, they gonna look into all that. You bet your bottom dollar on it. They gonna investigate you fully. Yes. So you have that to look forward to. That's common sense. I thought you were saying I was a failed channel, honey, but yet you gotta watch me and I get pizzy. Yeah, and you was all on my you know what, and I rejected you and said get the hell away from me. What? Like literally, that woman, you could never be Harley Quinn. You look like you look like how do I put it? You look like Harley Rock. That's what you look like. It looks like that's what you're after and what you just got off of or something. There's something wrong with you. Real talk. Like, you better get some new mascara of all the crying you gonna be doing when you go to prison and all over me and my success. Like, real talk, bro. That's a true gremlin right there, painting their face like the clowns they are. That's clown stuff, bro. You paid for a hotel for an alcoholic that can't build a future and won't get a job. And you're on camera doing a heinous act on him involving a car and a seatbelt. And you don't think you're going to prison? And you gang stalked me across state lines for how many years? Every member of the Red Triangles is going to prison. You coming over here, that's all felonies. You can't do that. You've been informed 8 million times. Y'all do it to yourselves, man. Like I said, and here I am, happy in a great mood every day, living my beautiful life, wealthy as hell, have it all. God provides, and God protects me. God gives me the strength to endure all the electronic means you send at me every time I go live because, oh, you're a coward. Bro, just say how you feel, man. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with a conversation face to face? I'm in the streets every day, but all y'all that terrified? Bro, it's been 20 years. You feel me? I think we know who the Don Dada and the boss is. I think we know who everybody's scared of. And like I said, I'm just a normal dude. I make all my money legally the right way. I struggle because it's a lot better than spending my whole life in prison like half of y'all are. Like what? I don't even know how to do that stuff. Like I just not what I do. There's nothing tough about committing crimes, bro. That makes you soft. That means that you're ignorant, and that means you don't know how to be educated and smart and use your mind to go be successful. That's all that means. And all of them live off and eat off and get by off of illegal activity. Batman's about to shut everything down, bro. I'm telling you right now, bro. I can't wait to get to New York, get to Chicago. We're gonna take over everything. We running every block. Like it's about to be a whole Batman takeover, bro. Just wait till I get this money. Y'all gonna be really mad. We're not gonna be on camera just flying and stunned with money. We're gonna do that too and having fun and going out. Like all my time is gonna be devoted to Christina and making her happy. She's happy with me, period. You see what I'm saying? But all my time is going to Christina. But when I do this Batman stuff in these different cities and states, it's all business, baby. She's gonna be with me every step of the way. She'll be watching everything. Like she's gonna be my backup. She's gonna make sure I'm good and I'm okay. Feel me? So I'm not concerned about my safety ever. That's what you people gotta get understood already. Bro, look at me, bro. Do I look like a guy that's concerned about my safety, homie? Do I look like someone that needs protection? Really? Do I look like someone that ain't a boss? Hmm? Do I really look like someone that people approach and play with? Or do I look like a real mean guy? I'm not nice, bro. Okay? Let me tell you what y'all on YouTube got me messed up. Quit with your fake talk and your backwards talk. You ain't me. My name ain't meant for your mouth, cuzzy. You don't make me feel anyway. And y'all like to get online and play with gangsters. All y'all some cowards. And all y'all going to prison. And you do that because you want gangsters to trip up and respond. Why can't we respond? You talking, I'm talking. We could respond. But it's just why put ourselves in a bad position like that when we don't need to? I have a right to respond. You running your mouth. So now I just respond, but I respond the right way. Now you don't ignore stuff because then you letting that build up. See what I'm saying? All anger needs to be vented and let out, bro. See what I'm saying? You don't create anger. Y'all literally sit there, bro. They so desperate, man. They repeating my words and man, y'all been doing the same thing. Like nobody wants to deal with that, bro. Just take that somewhere else, bro. You don't make anyone upset. You're upset. You're upset at my success. You're upset because I'm shining. You're upset because I'm winning. You're upset because everybody's on my you know what watching me, looking at the boss. I'm in the winning position. It ain't your boy, your cult leader Tommy. He didn't win, right? I flagged his channel and now he's banned from YouTube because of his own doing. Because all he did was talk smack about women and about his own people, his own women of his own culture. Like do that. What? You mad at me because I won? Too bad you can't punish me because you don't run nothing but your mouth. Hmm? Yep. All you do is run your chompers, flap your gums, and get online and, oh, I want to type something. What typing got to do with anything out here in reality? Typing ain't going to do nothing. Running your mouth ain't going to do nothing. Your phone and your computer ain't going to do nothing. You out of luck. So I'm going to keep laughing at you because I'm right here. What do you mean? You act like people owe you something. Like you assume everybody like you. I don't get online and talk tough or woof. I get online. I do a full show. I did research for hours. I get on here to run a business. You think I'm gonna be patient with you? You ain't gonna tamper with my business. This is a business. I'm here as a professional. See the point? Like, nah, you have a bad habit of coming over here. You got no business coming over here. You've all been banned from the program. Just learn the law. Learn how to follow the law. Have some respect for other people. Like what? You have no respect for yourself. That's sad, man. That's embarrassing. So all that typing you did today and you ain't said nothing to me, you was talking about yourself. I know exactly how to get you super mad by succeeding and winning. And what do I keep doing? Winning. Guess what this live made me? More money, more money. That's right, more money. Because I do this for a career and a job. And you wish you could do what I do for a career. Boy. Uh huh. Yeah. How's that? How you like that? Hmm? You want to act like you're doing something? What is you doing besides pouting and getting put in your place? They addicted to me. They addicted to the fact that I never back down and I always win. You're the great Sam Gerard. Yes, I am. And you always have to win. Yes, I do. So long, folks. We'll be back with another one, with another smash classic from Batman. I went triple platinum in a week, and I'm the best in the game, and the best in the world, and the best on YouTube. And I have huge biceps that you will never have. Actually, my biceps aren't even that big, and they produce more strength than anybody in the world. Think about that. You might want to start getting smart and getting real, boy. All right, that's about it. Like I said, I'm the tough guy, and you all are the mice. All right, I'll talk to you mice later. Thank you. More money.